What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? How's everyone doing on this beautiful Wednesday evening? I know I'm out here crushing fools on Twitter that think they can even remotely hold my jock strap in this game, but it is what it is. Hope all y'all are doing well. Hope all y'all had a good day. I am tired as hell because your boy took his daughter to the zoo, so I was in the sun all day at the zoo. So I am tired as hell. Hope all of y'all though are enjoying your hump day and everyone's having a good time out there. Kind of thrown off because I set this up real quick because I was actually had to catch a little one of those naps after you've been in the sun. So StreamYard's kind of upgraded their look, so kind of threw me off a little bit. But shout out to everyone who's showing love in the comments right now. Chef Jew, John, Yawa Bola, Jansen, Jacob, the enigmatic one, Pete Ramirez, Chris, Cap, Sean Dula. See what you did there. Logan 15, Big John Stud, JC, Jeff Premont, Zachary, Stetson O, Brock, Hammer, Tucalosa Sosa, Anything's Possible. That's amazing. Salvador, Red Comet, Barry, Dolphin 82, Healer White, YouTube. What's up, buddy? Chad, how you doing? Jason, what up, homie? I know you seeing me dragging fools out here. Mr. CW Brown, last name Bird. What's going on? You guys are saying I'm blurry. Am I blurry right now? Hold on a sec. These guys are saying I'm blurry. Give me a sec here. Is that better? Let me know if that's better. Surge, what's going on? Video's a little blurred. Healer, is it better now? Fins up, Lewis. CT Therapy says it's the auto quality on YouTube. Jeff Premont says it's worse. Okay, hold on. We need the Blu-ray version of Reason. Give me a sec here. Let me get it going. That's like as high definition as StreamYard offers. I just upgraded it. So, and the webcam is built into my Mac, and it's never had a problem before. LCD Reason. Oh man, that's jokes. It's brighter, not better. Oh well, let's roll. It's pixelation like 140. Using the guarded cam recorder. Everyone, video is 720p cam is more like 360. CT Therapy says I changed it on my settings and it's good now. So there you go. All right. So it must be a YouTube thing. All right. So tonight we got 107 already in the room, already doing more numbers than 5 Reasons Sports, but you already know what time it is. Oh man, these guys crack me up. So it's always the little why did the minnows gotta come for the sharks? Why? I don't even eat them. I just chew them up and spit them out. Chris says he changed it on my settings and it's all good now. So it must be a YouTube thing right now, StreamYard YouTube thing. Let me know. I gotta see. Let me see how I look on YouTube right now. Hold on a sec. Let's see how bad this really is. Now y'all got me all. I have a webcam. I just stopped using it. obviously. Hold on a sec. Oh wow. Yeah, that's blurry as all hell. Wow. Yo, smash that like button. Yeah, that's no good. I'm seeing what all of y'all are meaning right now. Damn. That is brutal right now. Whoo. Hold on, let me deal with this. Wow. Yeah, that's look like Jakeem Grant's field. Um everyone's saying it's because I look clear in the back of StreamYard. In the back of StreamYard, everything looks clear. Like clear as roses right now. It's gotta be um it's gotta be YouTube or something right now going on. Because I look clear as hell on StreamYard backstage right now. Like, I know some of you are gonna be coming up here on backstage in a little bit. You'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So it's gotta be StreamYard to YouTube right now. All right, whatever. Let's just keep it rolling. That's weird. It's got to be StreamYard to YouTube because backstage right now I look clear as day right now. Huh. Weird. It's never been this bad before. It might be an issue with StreamYard. Huh. Because I got the camera resolution is on high res. Let me see. Is it better now? Let me know if it's better right now. I just like zoomed in massively. Let me know if it's better right now, people. Same. Hmm. Huh. Jeez. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's like backstage right now. I'm coming into StreamYard perfectly clear. It's got to be a StreamYard issue right now. StreamYard to YouTube. That's got to be the issue. That's all I can imagine it being right now. Because here, let me show y'all. I'll show y'all right now. Oh yeah, it's just a bunch of windows. Oh yeah, if I show you that. Um that's classic. But yeah, it's perfectly clear. When you guys come backstage in a bit, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I just gave you a bunch of windows. Um all right. So um let's hop into it. That's ridiculous right now. Y'all got me all like finicky about this. Shout out to Fins for Life for $2 donation. Appreciate you, homie. Now I'm all worried about my stream, people. Oh man. I'm hoping it'll clear out here. Healer, when I drop the link, you'll be able to come backstage. So all right. Crazy. It's totally like just brutal right now. All right. Anyways, screw it. Let's get into it. All right. So here's the deal. We're gonna go over my 5 biggest questions heading into training camp for the Miami Dolphins. We're also gonna look at what Saban had to say today. We're gonna go over some predictions that came out by ListWire for how they think basically all NFL teams are gonna finish this year. We're also going to I want to talk about the preseason a little bit for you guys too. So we'll get into that and then I'll open it up to you guys. And some of you that are backstage, go ahead and give me the work on what I look like backstage, because I like, that's the crazy thing. I'm clear as all day. Um hold on a sec. I think I found the issue. Give me a sec. Hold on a sec. I'll be back. 1 second, people. Is that better? Let me know about that. Is that better? Let me hear you guys. Is that better? I think I found the issue. Boom. My bad, people. I know what I did. It wasn't my camera. I had my VPN. I had my VPN on, and I wasn't even on my 5G cable. My bad. There you go. We are good to go. Back at it like a Craftmatic, baby. Let's do this. Oh, by the way, I see all of you with your 1999-esque website layouts out here throwing subliminal shots, and you know who you are because you're probably one of the 160 watching right now. Bro, you're a clown. Your whole website are a bunch of clowns. All right? You couldn't tie my laces on my worst day. All right? And you know exactly who you are, Sarny. All right? Huff out my jock. All right? Throwing little subliminal tweets out there because I'm out there giving some whack ass dude from 5 Reasons Sports the absolute work on Twitter, and you got to slide in with your little subliminal shit. So I know you watch me because I know you want to be me, and you constantly steal ideas from me, and you'll never be me. You'll never be on my level. You have as much charisma as a serial killer. Okay? You will never be on my level. Period. All right? Same with the only one at 5 Reasons Sports I really fuck with is a couple of 3 yards per Gary guys and Josh Houts, and I do fuck with Juan. But the rest of you can kiss my ass as far as I'm concerned, okay? I crush y'all on the daily. I got more people watching right now than views you guys do normally on your videos. So hop off my jock, okay? Keep your comments to yourself. Everyone, all with their panties in a tie, because I put out the facts that, guess what? Jerome Baker, about 70, what? Let me get you all the exact number here, all right? Just so I don't want to lie to my people, bro. I give my people the real deal out here. All right. So, Jerome Baker right now, okay? Jerome Baker, if you actually go by guaranteed money now, okay, the Miami Dolphins guaranteed 72.8% of Baker's contract. Fred Warner's new contract, only 42.6% of it was guaranteed. Dolphin fans got into such a huge little panties in a twist But here's the deal. First of all, Fred Warner's way better. And if you want an exact list of players that I think are better than Jerome Baker, you know what? Someone asked me to provide it for them. Guess what your boy did? I provided it for them. Remember I said that Jerome Baker is top 30? All these people that getting, they're trying to throw out stats. And, you know, here's my problem with you. All these stat line watches, you can't watch film. So all you got to live off is stats. So we got to hear you try to people are actually comparing stats between Jerome Baker and Fred Warner, trying to put him in the same stratosphere. Are you people crazy? Okay, Bobby Wagner, better than Jerome Baker. Levante David, better than Jerome Baker. Fred Warner, Darius Leonard, Eric Kendricks, Devin White, Demario Davis, Roquan Smith, Blake Martinez, Cunningham from the Houston Texans, Miles Jack, Jalen Smith, Devin Bush, Kwiatkowski from the Raiders, Tremaine Edmonds, Milano, Hightower, Alexander Johnson, Oluokun, Josie Jewell, Jayon Brown, Bernardrick McKinney, Jamie Collins, Shaq Thompson, Jordan Hicks, Greenlaw from the San Francisco 49ers, and KJ Wright. Dude, I just rifled off like 26, 27 names of linebackers that are better than Jerome Baker. Period. So I don't want to hear none of this crap, bro. Because here's the thing, man. Right now, Jerome Baker's the sixth highest paid inside linebacker. Okay, so let's say 4 more guys get paid. 5 more guys. Let's give you 5. That makes him the 11th highest paid inside linebacker when I just named a whole bunch of linebackers that are better. Culture Sports, yes, Kwiatkowski is an absolute beast. He's better than Jerome Baker, man. So, whatever. I'm not even sitting here complaining about Jerome Baker's money. All I'm sitting here and saying is they overpaid a little bit. That's it. And EJ nailed it. The only big positive with Jerome Baker is his age. But here's the facts of the matter. Everyone wants to look at these stats. Oh, he had 100 plus tackles. Well, go back and tell me how many of those came 3, 4, 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. Okay? The guy can't disengage blocks. He's an absolute disaster in the run. He cannot play through traffic. If you actually go look at his coverage numbers, they're far overblown. And they're not that great. They're good, but they're not great. They're okay, I would say. Come on, man. The guy got paid because he's a team player. And yes, he has gotten incrementally better each year. We're not talking like huge leaps here. If you go back and find it. Type in Finside the NFL, Jerome Baker. What will pop up will be my film study. Okay? I did a film study and proved why he was not a good Mike linebacker. I show you examples right in front of you. I put them right there, the tape right in front of you. And if you watch the video, your boy says Jerome Baker will be best used as a off-the-ball blitzing linebacker or put him in between the tackles and blitz. What did the Miami Dolphins do with Jerome Baker from like week 5 on? Exactly what I said needed to be done. Exactly. Like to the T. And he had his best statistical season. But if you think linebackers can only be judged upon stats, you don't know football. Yeah, there you go, Jansen. Mac, I would have signed KJ Wright. He's 31, but the guy's still fantastic. Jerome Baker's a liability in the run game. I mean, what are you going to say that's different than that? And he's a wide 9, 4-3 linebacker, and we're trying to convert him into a 3-4 will, basically. Like, this is what kills me with these people, man. And guys, I always say, EM says it, I say it, logo before the name of the back of the jersey. guys like Jerome Baker show just how convoluted and how delusional some of these people get because they have some overblown love and adoration for a player. Jerome Baker's the perfect example. He's an above average linebacker that a lot of guys that fans have fallen in love with. I don't know why. Shout out to Robert Martin for becoming a YouTube member. I appreciate you, buddy. Like, I don't know why. Like, that's what I'm sitting here saying. Like, Jerome Baker is the last person, one of the last people on this team. Everyone should be head over heel. What is it, because of his mama shtick? I get he's a team guy, but dude, his best trait is his pursuit speed. And he was a disaster in the Patriots game. He was a disaster in the first Bills game. So I don't get it, man. Bleezy, I don't think we're stacked at linebacker. I don't think our depth is that great. And I get he's a team player. You need team players. That's cool. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna fall in love with, like Bernard McKinney is a far better linebacker. Like, fall in love with Emmanuel Ogbah. Fall in love with, Emmanuel Ogbah. He was top 5, top 10, or at worst top 10 in a lot of the meaningful analytics at the defensive end position. That's giving you reason to fall in love with the guy, okay? Fall in love with Byron Jones. Fall in love with Xavien Howard. Shit. Devontae Parker's had a 1,000-yard season. Go fall in love with Devontae Parker. Will Fuller. He's a proven commodity. Fall in love with Will Fuller. I'm just saying here. I don't understand the over adoration for this guy when he's not. Here's the thing. Everyone wants to shit on Ogbah and say, oh, a lot of his sacks were schemed. Well, first of all, a lot of his pressures weren't, and this defense is predicated on pressure. But if a lot of his sacks were schemed, what do you think Jerome Baker's sacks were? They were schemed. They were schemed. Come on. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. People will hold Ogbah to this, they're schemed. Wait, give me a break. And yet, you guys aren't thinking Jerome Baker's 7 sacks weren't schemed? Give me an absolute break. God damn. And that's why I turned off my replies to my tweet today. Quite frankly, I didn't want to hear nothing from the people that watch stat lines and overly jock this guy. I mean, the homie Josh Houts turned off a tweet that asked where everyone hating on the Jerome Baker contract were. Give me a break. Unreal, man. Exactly, Joey. Many of Baker's sacks use D-line shifts and stunts to open blitzing lanes. Thank you. 110%. And I get he's available. That's cool. But, my cap, I've said this before, I'll say it again. My cap for Jerome Baker would have been $30 million over 3 years, $20 million guaranteed. I want you to realize something. we guaranteed 72.8% of Baker's money, and Fred Warner got just over 40% guaranteed. And Fred Warner's in a different stratosphere. So, I mean, it is what it is. Can't believe it, man. People out there just like, and some idiot from Finn's Maniacs trying to say, oh, he's not inferior to half of those. What are you talking about, dude? Like, what are you talking about? Like, people are just they're just a bunch of stands and homers, bro. Bro, someone's trying to tell me that Jerome Baker's better than Devin Bush, Matt Milano, and Dante Hightower. Oh my god. Bro. Disagree, arguable at worst with Eric Kendricks, Miles Jack, Bernard McKinney. Whoa. People are absolutely, bro. Bro, if you think this guy is better than guys like Eric Kendricks, you don't know football. I just told someone, bro. Lay off the drugs, bro. Kendricks arguable. Laugh my fucking ass off. Watch film, not porn, my dude. You might learn something. Wow, people are absolutely retarded. Absolutely stupid right now. Oh my god. Someone actually is trying to argue. I'm going to actually put him on blast, bro. It's time for me to put someone on blast. I'm sorry. I want you to see the idiocy. I want you to see the idiocy. Okay? He agrees with what? He thinks Blake Mark disagree arguable at worst. Kendricks Demario Davis, Miles Jack, Alexander Johnson, Olukun, Bernardrick McKinley, Shaq Thomas, Jordan Hicks, Greenlaw, KJ Wright. Hard disagree. Kwiatkowski, Devin Bush, Matt Milano, Dante Hightower, Josie Jewell. Oh my God. Wow. Are these people for real? My Lord. Bro, lay off the drugs, bro. Kendrick's arguable. Laugh my fucking ass off. Watch film, not porn, my dude. You may learn something. My God. Bro, these people are absolutely high. Wow. These people, I swear on my life. Wow. Holy. Geez. Jesus Louises, bro. People are absolutely so slow, and they're such homers that they'll let the homerism get in the way of actually knowing football. My God. Oh, oh my God. I'm absolutely stunned. I am absolutely stunned. Dude, buddy, there's 244 of you in here. Like, and we are straight laughing at this. Give me a break. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, people. I can't believe people like this exist. I can't believe people like this exist, man. Unreal. These people are for real. Like, it's just Homer season out here. My God. Oh. Oh my God, my head's gonna explode. Anyways, thank you, EM. These homers. Bro. My Lord. How can they even say that stuff with a straight face? My God, I get you like the guy, but stop overvaluing him just because you like him. Anyways, let's get off of these idiots before my brain explodes all over the camera. That's working better, apparently. All right, Nick Saban. Nick Saban. So, title came out today from Pro Football Talk. When the Dolphins didn't land Drew Brees, Nick Saban decided, I'm getting out of here. And basically, what we get into is here through the latter half of Nick Saban's second season as head coach of the Dolphins, we heard repeatedly that he was miserable in the NFL and that he wanted to go back to the college game. On Tuesday, Saban revealed the moment at which he claims that he decided the NFL wasn't for him. In comments published by 24/7 Sports, Saban said he decided to leave the Dolphins after the team chose not to sign quarterback Drew Brees. Look, when the Miami Dolphins were going to sign Drew Brees, Drew was coming to Miami when I was coach there. He was going to be the quarterback. That's all we needed. We just went 9-7. All we needed was a quarterback to be a playoff team. We were going to sign Drew Brees as free agent. Dr. James Andrews operated on his shoulder, and I went to Birmingham to see Dr. Andrews, and he said it'll be fine. Our doctors failed him on the physical. Drew was there to sign with us. So, as you guys know how renowned Dr. Andrews is, Dr. Andrews is one of the best surgeons in the NFL, right? Well, in the world right now for multiple different sports, right? And appreciate you, Darth, with the $9.99 donation. Says, I hope you're having a great day. Man, I had a great day with the daughter today at the zoo. And then when I went on Twitter, it just it went downhill with some of these fools out here, man. Shout out to Logan. Had to upgrade my page. I appreciate it, man. And I got that Raekwon Davis film study. Don't think I done forgotten. Then I'll have to be doing Xavien Howard. So he said, so I decided right when that happened that we didn't have a quarterback in the NFL. We're not going to win. I'm getting out of here. I'm not staying here. I'm not going to be responsible for this. The doctor didn't know his ass from a handful of sand. Drew Brees plays 15 more years, wins a Super Bowl, goes to 9 Pro Bowls, and we didn't take him to Miami where he wanted to go. Some things you can't control. When he left there, nobody understood why. Well, that was why. There was always a reason. Saban's complaints about Doctor Don't Know My Ass from a Handful of Sand have never made complete sense. Saban ran the show in Miami. Saban could have overruled the doctor. Saban, if necessary, could have brought Dr. Andrews in Miami for a one-on-one meeting with owner Wayne Huizenga. Saban could have done something if he wanted Brees as bad as Saban now claims he does. Saban's official story on the subject isn't surprising. By insisting that he wanted Brees and that someone else prevented him from happening, Saban creates the impression that the Dolphins would have been what the Saints became. And that not-so-subtle attitude undermines the special chemistry that Brees developed with Saints coach Sean Payton. Saban, a defensive coach by background, may have not gotten the same sustained excellence out of Brees that Payton did. That's a fair point. Besides, it's not as if Saban checked out the moment the Dolphins chose not to sign Brees. The Dolphins instead sent a second-round pick to the Vikings for quarterback Dante Culpepper, who suffered a serious knee injury in 2005, but who quietly had an excellent season in 2004 with a completion percentage of 69.7, 4,717 passing yards, 39 touchdowns, and a full season passer rating of 110.9. The truth seems to be that Saban made a calculation that eventually blew up in his face. Instead of moving heaven and earth to get Brees, and surely if Saban told Huizenga, sign Brees or I'm out of here after the season, Huizenga would have signed Brees. Saban opted for Culpepper, and it didn't work. Once it became clear it wasn't working, that's when rumors began to percolate that Saban wasn't long for the NFL. But Saban will surely continue to push his own narrative on the subject because it's always better to be able to say that someone else didn't know his ass from a handful of sand. So I saw some debates on Twitter too when I went on there, and people were arguing about whether this was Saban's call, whether he had full control or not. And I actually agree with that article. If Nick Saban would have went to Wayne Huizenga and said, listen, this is the guy I want. If you don't give me the guy I want, I'm out of here. What do y'all really think Wayne Huizenga would have done? He would have chartered the jet. And appreciate you, Armando. He says, I just thought about you reason I was at Niagara Falls. I was a short distance. I appreciate you, Armando. Thanks, man. I hope you had a good time at the falls. This is my issue with Saban, man. And this is the this is the argument I've had with other people, Dolphin fans or whatever. Hindsight, it's easy to say I would have done this, I would have done that. But I mean, dude, I truly agree with what that article says. If Nick Saban would have went to Wayne Huizenga and said, listen, I want this guy. If I don't get this guy, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Especially after a 9-7 season. If you would have said, this is the guy that could get me over the top, I agree 110% Wayne Huizenga would have made that move. It wouldn't even have been a question. Wayne Huizenga would have opened up the pocketbook and we would have been good to go with Drew Brees. Now, would we have had the same success as the Saints? I can't sit here and say that, because that is another good point that article made, that, Sean Payton, right? He developed really good chemistry with Drew Brees. But on the same tip, again, these are hypotheticals, but Saban, look what he did with Tua in terms of look at how he changed his whole defensive run the ball, pound the rock approach and opened up the passing game in Alabama because he had a talented passer like Tua Tagovailoa. So, you would have been okay. I think Saban would have opened it up. I just can't sit here and say we would have got the same exact success because, it is what it is. And I know Dolphin fans will never, ever get over that. So, and all you on Twitter, man, go clown those people for that list, man. Jesus Christ, it's ridiculous. All right. So, Jansen, the Bama OCs unleashed to his talent, but who hired those OCs and who would have had who made the call to go to a more passing heavy offense than run? That was Nick Saban. So I got to give credit to Saban for how he handled Tua. So you still got to give him props for that. Okay, I want to get this out there because there's 260 of you in the room. All right, so if you didn't see, guys, as we know, Game 3, the Bengals-Dolphins game of the preseason is going to be nationally televised. Well, on NFL Network preseason Week 1, the Bears-Dolphins game is going to be on the NFL Network at 1 o'clock p.m. Here's the deal. I am going to go live for at least Week 1 and Week 3. So I'll be live for the preseason games. We'll give you live play-by-play coverage. Then after the game, we'll have some of y'all on. You can come up here, talk about the game, what you saw, what you liked, what you didn't like, etc. So, funny a Tua believer trashing a semi-proven star in Baker. Tua is going to be Miami's downfall. He'll be lucky to start Game 1 against New England. Jason, I hate to tell you, but you're a fucking idiot. Saying that you think he won't start Game 1 against New England, you're a complete and utter moron, bro. Like, you're actually an idiot, dude. Like, you should probably go take an IQ test, and it might come out smaller than my shoe size, bud. So, yeah, Jason. You might want to kiss my ass and rotate between the left and right cheek. Today's not the day to test me with your idiot takes, bro. Like, this guy's sucking off. How are you gonna suck off Jerome Baker in the same sentence and then turn around and say Tua will be lucky to start Game 1 against New England, bro? And then he says there's better backup QBs on other teams, bro. You don't know football, man. Like, bro, you had the audacity to put Star and Jerome Baker in the same sentence, bro. Are you like? Do you have a learning disability or are you just an idiot? Let me know. Let me know. Because if you have a learning disability, I'll stop making fun of you. If you don't have a learning disability that's on record, I will stop. And this guy says I would rather take Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston over Tua Tagovailoa. Wow. Are you absolute, dude? You must have you gotta have a learning disability. Are you drooling right now? Do you have a little cup that catches the drool? Like, let me know. I'm surprised you have the mental capacity to be able to type words. I'm shocked. Like, when you wake up, do you have a headache because it hurts to even have the first thought of the day? Probably even Rosen. Oh, bro. One of my daughter's favorite songs It talks about into the unknown. Well, guess what, bro? Into the unknown you go. Bye-bye. Oh, good night. Goodbye and good luck. All right. JC says I deserve a YouTube Emmy. I'll take it. So yeah, I will be live during the preseason. I'll be live for at least week 1 and week 3. And then I'll try to get a stream going for week 2. I just got to find a feed. Innes is right, man. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. Jason, you should probably stop. His last name's McDonald. Maybe he's eaten so much McDonald's, it's changed their neurotoxins and the endorphins in his brain, and it went from normal to idiot overnight. I don't know, man. So ridiculous. This guy probably going to try and tell us Jakeem Grant is a superstar and Pat White is the best quarterback we've had in the last 20 years. Unbelievable. God damn. Guys, this is why society invented the condom, to prevent fools like that and some of these fools on Twitter. If only we had a DeLorean where we could go back in time and tell their parents to wrap it up, the world would be a much better place. I'm telling you right now. So, ListWire on USA Today had an early prediction of the Miami Dolphins. They gave records for all 32 teams, and guys, it ain't good. Their record predictions for the Dolphins. So the Dolphins' record will depend on Tua Tagovailoa and the young quarterback erasing doubts surrounding him. There's no more Ryan Fitzpatrick to save the day. That role would fall to Jacoby Brissett, and the guest here is the former coach eventually sees a lot of action. Oh, did Jason write this article? Miami should scramble with New England for second or third in the AFC's record 9-8. Who writes this stuff? Pete, are you writing articles for the ListWire? If you're in the comments, let me know, bro. But guys, Jacoby Brissett is not seeing action here. The only way Jacoby Brissett sees action is if Tua sustains an injury. So I don't know what these people are talking about here. Now, I think you are an injury or two away on the defense from it being bad news. If one of our corners goes down and a guy like Bernard McKinney goes down, that'll impact the pass and the run, and our defense will not be what it was last year. Because remember, last year we couldn't stop the run. We're hoping Bernard can help us stop the run this year. And then, I've kept going on this. You know what I mean? I've been pretty consistent. My worry isn't the running back room or even the quarterback room. My worry and everyone's worry should be the offensive line. That's what this offense hinges on, us moving forward. Like the offensive line, if they do not perform up to par, what do you think Tua and the running game are going to be able to do? Nothing at all. So it's all about the offensive line taking that step, and the defense has to stay healthy. Because here's the thing. And I'm gonna put this out there. I talked with EM about this. I'll tell all of you this. Okay, last year our defense was relatively healthy. And I mean by that is no key players on defense missed extended periods of times, other than Christian Wilkins for 2 or 3 games, but no one missed serious, extensive periods of time. Now, the issue with that is and what I mean is none of our stars on defense, all right? And the issue with that is usually it's hard to do that in back-to-back or 3 straight seasons. And ball games, right. The trenches, it's basic football. We go as far as the O-line and D-line takes us. Plain and simple. Agreed, 110%. We have to win in the trenches on both sides of the football. If we consistently win, outwork, outmuscle the other guys on the other side of the football, we're going to win a lot of ball games here. No pun intended, mister. But, this is where I'm at here, okay? Like, you have to be prepared. Last year, we did not have any significant injuries, really. Like, long-term significant injuries. And I'm knocking on wood, anything I can find that we get another season like that, because that's going to be key to us doing what we got to do this year. So, and Duke's right. The first 5 weeks are critical. You have to come out of the first 5 weeks at worst 2-3. If we come out of the first 5 weeks at worst 2-3, we're okay. We will be okay. If we come out 1-4, 0-5, oh boy, it's going to be a long. It's, you know what? Like, if we come out 1-4, 0-5, and what's crazy is that's a realistic possibility. I don't think it'll happen. I think we'll win at least 2 games out of the first 5. I have faith. So, at worst, come out 2-3 out of the first 5 games, and we can make a season out of this. You come out 1-4, 0-5, boy, we got to get our act together. And when you look at the schedule, too, guys, there is a streak of games where we need to make a run. Okay, and that streak of games is we have to make a run. In the Texans, Ravens, Jets, Panthers, Giants, Jets, and Saints area. If we can be like 6-1, 5-2 in those 7 games, it's going to be very key. The Ravens are going to be tough. We got to beat the Texans. We got to beat the Jets. We got to beat the Panthers. We got to beat the Giants. We got to beat the Jets. And I think we should beat the Saints. Given the way their offense, the status of their offense, we should beat the Saints. So that 7-game stretch is going to be instrumental to this being a positive outcome to the season. Because if you go 6-1 in those 7 games, let's say you take the L to the Ravens, because we all know what they do to us. You come out of those 6-1. That means out of the other 9 games, win 5 or 6. Win 5 or 6. Like, we need our offense to be clicking when we play Atlanta. Not just because I'm going to be out there, but because their defense, we can expose their defense. And I think our defense, if healthy, can handle their offense. And then, you got to split with the Bills. You got to at least split with the Patriots, but I think we should. I mean, their defense scares me. But you got to at least split that. No, Mac, I haven't done a record prediction. What I do to you guys that are new to the channel is, just before the season starts, I'm going to have a round table with a bunch of individuals. Some of them you've already seen on this channel, like Dougley Do Wrong, Ball Game. I'm going to have Richmond Webb up here. EM, if he's free, he's going to be up here. Dante Collinelli, Kevin Dern, and I think I might be forgetting someone. Anyways, and 1 or 2 other people, and we're going to go through and we're going to give you a record prediction game by game. So I did it last year. We'll do it. Call it the regular season roundtable. So we'll do that again, and I'll have everyone up here, and we'll give you predictions. G Reed, I'll bring TD up here. I don't want to hear no 17-0 though, TD. If you coming up here, I don't want to hear no 17-0. Love you, TD. But I don't want to hear no 17-0, bro. Heed my words. All right. So let's get into I remember, shout out to TD. The first time I ever found him was years ago. It was Ryan Tannehill's last season. So was that 2018 we were heading into? Yeah, it's 2018 season, right? It was the 2018 season, and I'm watching TD, and he got, you know how he got a subscriber out of me? I'm hearing this guy saying we're gonna go 16-0, perfect record. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? I said, I gotta subscribe just because I gotta hear these takes. So yeah, so shout out to TD because I know he's gonna say 17-0 anyways, just to get under my skin. All right, let's get into my top 5 biggest questions for the Miami Dolphins heading into the into training camp, 2021 training camp. So number 5, biggest questions for the Dolphins heading into camp. Does Skura hold off Dieter? So, I mean, here's the thing. If Matt Skura doesn't hold off Dieter, what does that say about Skura? That would say we absolutely wasted time and money bringing this guy in, and any hope or potential of him reaching that 2018 form is most likely out the window. And the scary thing about that is, if he can't hold off Dieter, is Dieter's never taken live snaps. And, I keep telling y'all, the center is the quarterback of the offensive line, right? You got to identify mics, you got to call out disguises, pick up stunts. The communication starts there and works its way back to Tua, right? It's basically a combo job between the center and Tua. So it's going to be, if Matt Skura loses the job to Michael Dieter, we got serious issues, because I still feel they did not take the center position far seriously enough, and far too seriously enough. And I got a real issue with that. Because last year was leaky as hell up the middle. So leaky. I don't know what PFF was watching with Ted Karras. And that needs to be cleaned up. So if Dieter wins the job, yes, I think he can move people. It's the intangibles of the position that would have me really worried. And you got to remember too, guys, a lot of people don't think this deep. When you're a center, you are at an automatic disadvantage. Okay, you have your hand on the ball, you have one hand up, and as soon as that ball goes backwards, everyone can start moving. So you've got a defender who can engage with you with two hands while you still have one hand going back on the ball and one hand popping up. Then you got to get into your set real quick. So you're at a disadvantage. So, Dieter's never been in that position before. So, Skura, here's hoping. Biggest question for the Dolphins heading into camp number 4. What wide receivers do not make the cut? Now, if you remember, I just did my 53-man roster prediction for the Miami Dolphins. And, what can you say? It wasn't that good for names like, Alan Hearns, Kay Loxley, Malcolm Perry, Kirk Merritt, my boy, Jakeem Grant, and Robert Foster. I had them all not making the team. So, that's 6 guys. I didn't even have, and Isaiah Ford. So 7 guys. I have not making the team, and I have us carrying 7, right? So we'll see how it works out. But, how does this wide receiver room shape up? I think this is going to be arguably one of the most interesting battles of training camp that a lot of us are going to be paying attention to, not only because of who doesn't make the cut, but, for you that are going to be going down to training camp, and God bless my wife and my daughter. I can't be this year. I'll be there next year. You're also going to be able to see the chemistry developing with certain guys. So, it's going to be interesting to see what wide receivers don't make the cut, and with the receivers that don't make the cut, how much cap gets opened up. That's another big question too, right? So, going to be very interesting to see how the wide receiver room plays out. We've talked about it a ton. So, and because wide receiver also affects kick and punt return and the gunner role, right? Mac Hollins is a gunner, right? So it affects that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what wide receivers do not make the cut. Just because of, and I agree with you, Donald, Perry and Merit to practice squad. I agree with that 110%. All right. So question number 3. Will Jesse Davis really beat out Solomon Kinley? Now, Barry Jackson, even Omar Kelly, when he was up here, he gave Barry Jackson credit because he can say things about the Dolphins that others can't because he's not necessarily a Dolphins, he kind of falls outside the beat reporter strictly for the Dolphins. Like, he covers the Canes, he covers everyone else. And if you were to believe what Barry Jackson said, it's Jesse Davis is currently ahead on the depth chart, ahead of Solomon Kinley. Now, I've said before, is this the Miami Dolphins trying to send a message to Solomon Kinley, clean up your act, get a bit more in shape so you're better at pulling and such, and you're a little bit more fleet of foot? So, I really hope Jesse Davis does not beat out Solomon Kinley, because the one thing Kinley has that Jesse Davis really struggles with, and that we saw last year, is Jesse Davis doesn't have the functional strength to play inside. That's why he really struggled at guard last year. You got to give the man credit. He was good at left tackle. And when he was at right tackle and Solomon Kinley was at right guard, he was actually fairly good. It was when he got kicked inside to guard that he was a real issue. Him and Hunt couldn't pick up a stunt when Jesse Davis was with Kinley, they were. So it makes you wonder, how good of a communicator was Solomon Kinley compared to Jesse Davis, a guy who's been in the league for multiple years? It's got to make you wonder, man. So I think I will be so sad if Jesse Davis is starting at left guard over Solomon Kinley. And it's no indictment on Jesse Davis. I truly think if Kinley, if he goes and gets that DJ Fluker body that I showed y'all, no homo, if he goes and gets that, then Solomon Kinley will be able to move people and his body when they ask him to pull, and on screens in open space. So, we can't have Jesse Davis starting at guard because we already don't know what's happening at center, and that is the makings of something being leaky. And I don't want to go that route personally. Okay. So, question number 2. How will Tua look? We've seen the videos. We've seen the stuff he's done with Perform. We've heard the reports out of minicamp, but now some of you are going to be able to get your own eyes on him and be able to make your own assessments, your own judgments. And I'm sure video is going to come out for those of us who can't make it there. How will Tua look? I think you're going to see, I think Tua's going to ball out this season. So, it's got to be about, this is obviously one of the biggest questions. This is probably a lot of people's biggest question. It ain't mine, because mine's actually a two-parter. question. So, and I want to say to some of you, there's 280 in the room. When you guys go to training camp and I go live that night, come up here. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. I want to hear you guys' takes from being right there. I want to hear what you guys saw, what you guys think. So I personally think Tua is going to be just fine this year. I think Tua is going to be balling out, and Tua's success, I will keep saying it, I will keep hammering it, hinders on the growth of this offensive line. This offensive line means everything for not only Tua, but guys like Myles Gaskin in year 2 as well. So you already all know why the question is here. It's nothing but what the mainstream media has been talking about him for how long now. And I think, I think you're right, Raphael. The most criticized for no reason, and Tua will finally shut a lot of mouths up. Duke, I actually like that. That's not a bad prediction. That's not unrealistic. So, because I believe if I go back to what I said, I have this year, I have again 8 to 12 interceptions. I have 28 to 32 touchdowns, and I have 35 to 3,800 yards is what I expect from him this year. So we'll see what goes on. But hey, Duke, I'll take 33. If he throws for 3,900 yards and 33 touchdowns, you better bet your ass, unless something happens with the defense, we're making the playoffs. So you're going to be balling out this year. All right, number one question. It's a two-parter, really. Will Xavien Howard show up, and will Noah Igbenogany take the necessary leap forward? Now, I've been told, Todd was up here, and he said a little birdie told him that Xavien Howard will show up. And whether he does or doesn't, I want to see what Noah has in training camp. Now, am I going to fully buy into what he shows at training camp? No, and this is why. Last year, if you remember, all the reports about Noah Igbenogany was how good he looked in training camp. Noah Igbenogany this, Noah Igbenogany this. And we saw Stephon Diggs and Tyler Lockett give him the absolute work. So, if X doesn't show up, Noah's going to get a ton of reps. And shout out to Jeremy Klump. He put out a fanboy overhyping Noah Igbenogany article out today. Go check it out if you want. I refused to read it, and I told him that directly. Love you, though, Klump. Xavien Howard, will he show up? Will Noah Igbenogany take the necessary leap forward? Because here's the thing. If injuries, there's going to be reps this year for Noah Igbenogany because you're getting into year 2. Even if injuries don't happen, they're going to want to see a little bit more from you. So if Xavien Howard doesn't show up and Noah Igbenogany doesn't take the necessary leap, this is going to be an answer we don't want. So, I think me and EM we're going to do a show on Xavien Howard. We've talked about it. We're going to do a show specifically on Xavien Howard. And we're going to open a lot of eyes on how important Xavien Howard really is to this defense. And Noah Igbenogany, you guys got to remember, Mr. Ballgame can attest to this. Cornerback is one of the hardest positions in the NFL to master. Okay? And this is a very raw project player. I would be absolutely shocked if he is good to very good this year if he has to start. I would be shocked. I would be absolutely shocked. Do you know what kind of leap that would be? Logan's saying it right now. You know how awful he was last year? The guy was downright terrible. downright terrible. And to take that kind of leap would be kudos to Brian Flores. I mean, he would never hear the end of my praise for him ever, because I mean, this is a legitimate project. I think people are putting way too many expectations, way too high of expectations on this kid. I would be very careful about hyping him up. I would be. Sean Dula, Red Comments is trolling, bro. He's joking around. Don't take it so serious, bro. Also, I didn't time you out. One of the mods did, just so you know. Don't blame me. So a lot hinders on Noah Benogany. I mean, we want to see, this was a 30th overall pick. Do we all really want to sit around and wait to see what he turns into? And the longer you wait, like Ball Game says, you need reps to get better. You cannot sit on the bench and get better. That's why we're all so shocked when they signed Justin Coleman, when they were talking about giving Noah Benogany some slot reps this year. Now, when we go into 5 DB and 6 DB sets, he's going to be out there for sure. So, I mean, Noah needs to take a leap. As much as the O-line needs to take a leap, as much as Tua needs to take a leap, Noah Benogany needs to take a leap this year. You're a first-round pick, brother. I ain't trying to hear no excuses. And, Andrew, I think that's a better expectation. Hope for Noah Benogany to be decent this year. Don't hope for him to be balling out. Hope for him to be decent. And you're right, he's super athletic. Steve Arthur, good question. Who will be a better player at the end of this year, Noah or Holland? Javon Holland. Mac, should Trill Williams get snaps? Yes, I think he will get corner snaps, and I think he's going to be our backup free safety. I think he makes this team. Talk about traits. The guy is really good. Josh, you're trolling. So, exactly, Brian. He needs to step it up this season. I agree with you. Show says Noah needs experience. I agree. So, Xavien Howard, if you don't show up, Noah, the ball's in your court. It's time, bro. So, let's see. Because guess what? If Xavien Howard misses the first 2 games, it ain't going to be fun. Reason I love X, but should he not show play or is traded, wouldn't the pressure be more on the front 7 than Noah to be outstanding? Noah must improve, but our front 7 must show up. Thoughts? I think our front 7 should show up with X there anyways. The big key thing that the front 7 is going to need to show up for this year is the run defense. Run defense is going to be, appreciate you, Norman. Run defense is going to be instrumental for our defense taking that leap from being a top 10 defense to a top 5 defense. Show, yes, X is training with Noah. One thing to train, another thing to apply it on field, right? Yes, Logan, he was a reach. So I think the front 7, with the aspect we're all hoping they show up, is if they keep more pressure, if they keep similar pressure without the 0 blitz as they did last year, but then we'll be fine. We're hoping they step up in run defense, especially against the New England Patriots. Because if you guys remember, as bad as the Patriots were, they were the number 4 rushing team in terms of yards per game on the ground in the NFL last year. A lot of people forget that, man. So, yeah, D82, this is what I've said. if Noah starts this year, you're shading the coverage far more to Noah's side than Byron's side. When Byron last year got the majority of the shaded coverage compared to X. Do you see playing more 4-3 this year? Steve asked. I've been told expect a lot more 4-man fronts this year than what you saw last year. So, those are my questions for this team heading into this year, guys, and into the training camp. I'm sure I'll have more questions after training camp's done. Let's be honest with ourselves. So I'm gonna drop the link. All you guys that want to come up here, we can have a conversation. No real X or Watson news. Thank God, because I'm getting sick of it, to be honest with you. I'm tired of the Watson stuff. Just let Tua play. I want to see 16 games with this kid. I ain't trying to like sit here and talk about Deshaun Watson, man. And as far as the X stuff, you know what? I just want to see X show up, and I want to see X ball out this year. I'm a believer in Xavien Howard. I think he's top 3 at his position. I think he is the only player we have on this team right now, currently at least top 5 at their position. I'll say Ogba is probably a top 10 defensive end, true defensive end. I think Bernardo McKinney is a top 20, top 25 linebacker. I think Jerome Baker's a top 30 linebacker. I think Byron Jones is a top 15 corner, hovering right around the 10 area. What else are you going here? I think Raekwon Davis is going to take a leap. I think Raekwon Davis is going to become a top 10 nose tackle in this league. You guys remember, if you go back when me and EM did the defensive tackle show last year in draft time, when we did our defensive tackle big board, I comped Raekwon Davis as Chris Jones 2.0, and y'all know how we feel about Chris Jones on this side. So, yeah, we'll see how it works out. But I think Raekwon Davis is going to take a massive leap. That's a guy I haven't even talked about him because I'm so confident in Raekwon Davis taking a leap. I truly believe that's going to happen, man. This guy's a stud. Red Comet causing shit for trolling. Keeler found his way on YouTube. Fins for life. What's up? Big John, what's going on?
What's going on, fellas?
Just having fun.
People taking you seriously out here, huh?
I guess so.
Last question for you, Reason. Let's say X shows out for 2021 and the team would like to discuss a new contract. Do you think he would give the Finns an opportunity to redo his contract? So shout out to the homie Todd. If you all know who Todd is, Todd hooked me up with Omar Kelly. He's tight friends with Omar Kelly. Omar Kelly's tight with X, so do the math yourself. And Todd basically told us last Friday that relationships would be severed, and by the indications are, if X doesn't have a deal by the start of the season, he probably wouldn't be willing to sit down at the table with them, and you'd probably get a trade coming down the pipeline in terms of him asking for one. So I hope that answers your question. What up, show? Innes, how you guys doing?
All right, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, everybody?
Oh man,
I'm just confused. What are we talking about right now?
Xavien
This
Howard.
is the most exciting season we anticipating in a long time.
Dude, I'm so excited for this season. This season's gonna be so
wait.
much fun.
Yeah,
come on,
for
man.
sure.
What are we talking about? Like, we finally get to where our team is relevant, and we still nitpicking. Like, come on, man.
I mean, man, it's crazy how much in the 2019 season, everybody thought we were going to be the worst. Everybody thought we were going to be like the worst team in football. But we still won 5 games. We still walked out and won 5 games. And heck, at that point, X only played 5 games at that point in 2019.
Yeah, in 2019, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's 2 overachieving years. Like the year we won 5 games, that was Fitzpatrick. You know what I'm saying? The second year, what did you think? 7, 8 games would have been a success, and we won 10.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just happy with us. Like, after the first week, after the Patriots game, I was like, oh man, this is just bad.
Ball game said it. He's like, but what he means right here by we literally won too many games last season was he's been on record. He's saying if we won 8 games, none of these ridiculous expectations would be here right now.
Exactly. I agree with that.
Defense overachieved.
Yeah.
And also, we were literally like 1 game away from making the playoffs. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm glad Buffalo smacked us into reality.
I mean, yeah, that game was. But
rough, you know what my problem with that Buffalo game is? Everyone blames Tua.
No.
Dude, Tua did the best that he could out there. Like, and he
You
didn't
even
shout out to the homie TD, but TD tried to pitch to me that we had 4 3-and-outs on the first 4 drives, and then the defense was sitting there like, what else can we do? And I'm like, dude, if your defense is giving up off of 4 3-and-outs, we got to have a serious conversation with the team right now.
Yeah.
And we were up 3-0 heading into the second quarter.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Well, the team gave up 28 points in the second alone.
It was 14-13. It was that punt return for me that broke that game open. In the Bills. You know what I mean? And Barkley was on the sideline warming up already. They were going to put him in earlier. It was 14-13, man. And we punted the
Big
ball.
John,
they took it back.
Sorry, Show. Big John, you got a TV on in the background. It's causing feedback, brother.
That's when it busted open. It was that punt return we gave up, and then it was 21-3, and then I don't know why, but Josh Allen came back out, and it was just it just snowballed from there. But it wasn't on any one player.
And here's the thing, Show. People forget, even in the Vegas game, our special teams was crap, bro.
Yeah, we were giving up a few big plays.
We went from being like one of the better special teams in the NFL to we were giving up key plays on special teams and they were hurting us.
Well, Josh Allen or not, would you rather that happen to us in the regular season or us make the playoffs and get beat by 50?
Oh,
that's a tough one.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But I would like to see like what Tua does like in the playoffs for experience. I would have liked to see what he do in the first round if we did make it. I wanted to see like how he would handle the pressure of his first it's his first rookie season and it's his first playoff game.
Yeah.
But we have to take into consider like what was his weapon. Like we didn't have a top 10 weapon for him,
dude.
Or period. Wide receiver or running back.
You know what's crazy? If you go to that Buffalo game, you can literally count about 11 drops. If you were to add up the yardage left on the field for those 11 drops, he would have thrown for over 550 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, do y'all remember how terrible the O-line played that game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, everyone wants to point to, we would have won the Denver game with Fitz.
No way.
Well, I hope the offensive line showed up for Fitz because they didn't show up for Tua.
Dude, our offensive line was so bad during the Broncos game. Oh my God, that one guy there's like 6 sacks on Tua. Like there's 6.
Our
offensive line was shit even in the Jets game, bro. Offensive line was terrible against the Jets.
Tua couldn't even throw a screen pass. He literally couldn't even throw a screen pass without having people in the back row about to hit him. That's why he missed.
Yeah, Denver exposed us a little bit.
Where he threw it out of bounds.
I think what happened was
going on here.
Yeah, you got people praising Justin Herbert when he had Keenan Allen and stuff like that.
Oh, Justin Herbert would have been labeled a bust on the spot.
Oh, Justin Herbert wouldn't have put up. What's crazy is Justin Herbert wouldn't have put up the numbers he did.
Bro, half of his yards came from after the catch, bro. Like what? 2,200 yards came from yards after the catch. He was like, I think he was like 6th in the NFL in yards after catch. I think he averaged like 6.4 yards after the catch, bro. He had better weapons than Tua had, bro. Tua was like in the bottom 10, 25th in the NFL, and with receivers of yards per catch, like 4.4 yards.
Most of his wide receivers were all healthy. Like all of Justin Herbert's like wide receivers were always like mostly healthy throughout the entire season. I don't think Keenan Allen missed a game, did he?
No, I don't think so.
Like
He was.
had-
I mean, he
he
was
had such a
banged
good
up a
deep
few
ball.
games, but he was pretty much healthy throughout the whole season.
And he also had like I forget what his full name is, but I think his last name is Guyton. Like they haven't heard his full name, but he
kinda
was a
came on
crazy deep ball.
Nice deep
He had-
threat, yeah.
He was a crazy deep threat during some of those games. And then Mike Williams became a great 50-50 baller as well, especially that Saints game where
Hunter
like,
Henry.
he had that yeah, and Hunter Henry as well.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
he had
I
plenty
mean,
of weapons this season.
They were built to throw the ball. They were throwing the ball around the park with Philip Rivers. I mean, that's their offense.
Yeah.
Man, Reason, you hit the nail on the head, bro. Like, that's what's so infuriating about these fucking jabronis out here. They all want to blame like it's Tua's fault why we didn't make the playoffs. I swear to God, all these fucking people that hate Tua, oh, we would have made the playoffs if Fitzpatrick was playing, or if we had Rosen in there. By God, we would have made the playoffs.
What about the
Rosen
Seattle
would have
game?
made that score worse.
I mean, come on, bro. Exactly. What if we had Tua in that Seattle game or the first Buffalo game?
Yeah, the first
Where
Buffalo game we
defense-
almost won. We
You know
almost
what
won
I'm
that Buffalo
saying?
game.
It's infuriating, bro. Like you said, nobody fucking showed up in that Buffalo game. It's like they didn't want it, bro. Nobody showed up.
Yeah, Andrew Van Ginkel showed up. He was the only one.
You're right.
Dude,
He showed up.
Nicole.
But when the fucking bench quarterback is making our defense look like scrubs, come on, bro. Come on,
I think
bro.
that's the best. That's the best
and
game
you're gonna
he's ever
blame
played in his
Tua.
career.
Dude.
I'll be right back, boys. Give me a sec.
Oh, okay, man. Dude.
So I think Grant's our best wide receiver.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Did you guys ever see that YouTube video of like how someone said he was the most underrated wide receiver and he was gonna have a breakout year right next to Tyreek Hill? I think it was like in the 2020 season. That was I was like, what?
Whoever said that Grant's our best receiver is a fucking
Was that going into this last season?
I think it was last season, or it's like season either this season or last season. They said that like Jakeem Grant was going to be our like most underrated star, going to be like the biggest star. He's got like just like saying, oh, he's got all this speed and he's got all this stuff. He's gonna be a breakout star for the Dolphins.
Yeah, but Jakeem Grant can't catch the ball, man.
No, he can't catch the ball.
A hell of a drug.
Yeah, that's
Jakeem Grant could not catch a beach ball with stickum gloves. That's how bad that man is.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I want to keep him as a punt returner, though. I really want to keep him.
Why does Jakeem Grant get so much hate?
Because he drops every key pass
Dude,
only his direction.
Okay, then why doesn't the coaching staff cut them?
Because they all are stupid and they all
he's a good
like-
special
like
teams
he
guy.
can run a 4-3.
He's a great special teamer. He's probably
Okay,
the
so you like him on special teams, but you don't like him at wide receiver. I don't understand.
I'm not paying that
But-
$5 million to return.
But come on, guys, do we really like him as special teams too? How
Not
many,
at
how many
first you do.
times?
Not
How
really.
many
Not
times?
really.
Come
One
on,
second.
bro.
1 second. Do I like
Not
Jakeem
really,
Grant as
McFoley.
a
Not
punt
really,
returner?
man.
I do, but not at $5 million. I'm not paying
Okay,
that.
I agree
$5
with you
million
with that.
to return.
But the Miami Dolphins made that they offered him that. So what is he supposed to do? Say, nah, bro, I'm not worth but $2 million.
No,
That's
what
what
he-
we.
what he's supposed to do. What he's supposed to do is go home when he gets cut, get on another team, and learn to catch a football. 'Cause he's not
And the
gonna be
only
that-
reason he's going to get cut this year is because we brought in mega
A lot of
talent. If
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
fair.
bring in all of this talent, first or second highest paid wide receiver group in the NFL, he would still be on this team, and everybody's still hitting on him. You know how many people dropped footballs last year?
I agree. I agree,
But
that's not what I said.
it's the big
Time out.
ones.
And that's to tell you something if he's still gonna be on the team.
I'm not talking about him. Not everybody drops footballs. Jakeem Grant
What you mean?
drops
That's right.
every key pass. Look, Cincinnati ball hit him in the hands. KC ball hit him in the hands. Every
And he
time
also
he had
returned
these
the kick for a touchdown in the Kansas City game, correct?
What happened?
No, not the Kansas City game. The
Once
the
a
Rams
year?
game. That was the one you were.
Hey, if anybody knows anything about football, once a year, people will take that.
He's a
Yeah,
good. He's a good return man. He is.
He's a great return man. He's probably one of the best return men in the
He's
NFL.
just not a good wide receiver, man. I mean, if you had room for him and he just returned kicks and punts, and then he was like a 5'6" wide receiver, there'd be a place for him, But I just think how deep we are in his contract. There's no more room.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of time. He's going to be a camp body, but I understand his contract's pretty big for them to keep him hanging around, though. So that is a little interesting.
$5 million to keep Jakeem Grant. That's insane.
We got some guys unsigned too, right? 3 of the rookies aren't even signed yet, so that's kind of curious.
And we have guys that can do what he can do and go in and be a receiver.
Have we seen it yet? Have we seen them? Whoever you're talking about return kicks for touchdowns?
Well, that's why I think he's still on the roster. To that point, right?
Well, no you haven't seen it yet. They haven't kicked the ball to Jalen Waddle.
That's a good point. That's why
they haven't kicked the ball to Jalen Waddle yet. You'll see it when
there you go.
Oh, please don't.
And you think that's a smart idea?
As much as nobody, I hear all of your shows. Everybody says they don't want to see Jalen Waddle return punts. Listen, and I understand why everybody says it.
And he's gonna have some gorillas coming. It ain't gonna be the SEC. It's gonna be some gorillas coming.
Look. Whether it was the SEC, the NFL, the CFL, nobody could hit Jalen Waddle last year. You could not touch him. He broke his foot on the kickoff. He shouldn't have returned.
They touched him in the 4th game.
Like I said, he returned the kickoff. He shouldn't have returned. You were 8 yards deep in the end zone. You should have kneeled. That's one.
Okay.
Two,
I'm going to make one more point. I don't even like Jakeem Grant. Okay, but I'm just making a point for him because I've never seen so much hate towards a man. And all of a sudden, I'm talking about just in 1 year when we got all this talent. When we didn't have no talent, there was no hate. You know what I'm saying?
My problem is like his stats.
I think I can answer that. I think it started when he dropped that 53-yard pass from Tua.
Are you talking about the one where he was double covered and he had to escape from the pocket?
He had this most chance as a wide receiver this season.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
This was his year. This was his opportunity.
Yes, sure.
And it didn't go well for him. And I think that's where it came from. I mean, when he started going out there, I thought, hey, this guy might be good, right? I mean, beginning of the year, but he had a rough year, and I think that's where the hate's coming from.
My hate for Jakeem Grant. Me and Reason think similarly. We don't have hate for Jakeem Grant. I'm just not going to pay you $5 million for you to return.
Organization did that.
15 punts, maybe a touchdown, and drop 7 passes because that's what he does every year.
That's what he did last year.
You're telling me 1 touchdown a year is not good for a return man?
Not worth $5 million. It ain't.
I didn't say that.
Well, I think he had his opportunity.
That's what he's getting paid.
He had his opportunity last year, and he didn't.
You say not for 5, but that's
he's
what
not a wide receiver. Anybody that knows football knows Jakeem Grant is not a wide receiver. That's simple.
Right. He's a return man.
He's a return man.
He's a return man.
But like I said, you pay a return man $5 million when you got 7 people who can do the same thing he can.
But we haven't seen them do it yet.
They haven't been there that long. What are you
Are
talking
we really
about?
arguing
like they've been on the roster that long?
No, I just said I don't know. I don't know why all this hate comes to Jakeem Grant. As soon as we get all this talent on the receiver,
I feel like
everybody hates Jakeem Grant.
No. Hold on a second, sec here. The hate's been there before for Jakeem Grant before this offseason.
That's what I told him. Like, it ain't just last year.
It's been there.
Well, I think
for what?
You're paid. Hold on. You're paid $4.5 million in case guys get injured, so you can step up when you're given the opportunity. If you've shown that when guys go down, you can't step up and produce with the opportunities you're given, you're not worth keeping on this roster when we got other guys that could fill that void.
I understand that reason, but he is not a wide receiver. We know this.
Paid like one.
But that's the Dolphins organization's
reason. Just for shits and giggles, because this is what we were talking about.
Even Devin Hester had to line up as a receiver.
Yeah. Why do you think he's still on the roster at this point? Just
because they want. Why is Isaiah Ford on the roster? They want camp bodies.
Okay. Yeah. But then Isaiah Ford's not making $5 million, and we got 3 rookies we got to sign. So I get it.
110%. Grant doesn't make the first day of training camp.
I agree with you 110%.
Yeah.
Because if you cut Jakeem Grant, you can sign all your rookies.
That's what I'm thinking. So it's more his contract on why they're keeping him around, which is kind of curious to me. Is all, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, and they probably want to see further what he has because of his off-season training with Tua.
And
but the problem is, what have we learned? What have we learned over the last 3 years of this guy?
He looks great in training.
Yeah, he's the biggest workout warrior there is. Bro, and I don't even know how he made second team All Pro. The guy doesn't even know when to wave off a fair catch.
That's what up.
Oh, that's a good question.
Bro. Yeah, he did it twice in one football game. He did it twice.
That's when he got lit up, right? Correct.
If you wave it off, you don't get lit up.
I thought it was you got to stay a yard off the man.
Dude, if you wave them off, you don't have to worry about that rule. They coming near you.
I'm just saying, I don't like Jakeem Grant, period. I told you a long time ago, reason my daughter got some gloves signed by him. Remember, he was running off the field. He threw her some gloves. We don't even have them no more. So that shows you how much I like Jakeem Grant.
Oh, hey, I'm sure there's people out there that have signed jerseys by Josh Rosen.
No, I'm just saying. My point is, I don't like the man. I just don't like all the hate he gets.
Well, it's not really. You gotta understand. It's kind of. I mean, it's
common sense, man. It's not.
No, it's not even just common sense. It's kind of, justified a little bit after his performance last year. I mean,
that's what I mean.
Think of how many key first down drops he had.
Yeah.
Look at I can think of like 2 or 3 drives in the Raiders game alone that he killed.
I mean, I know, but we talk about drops. Look at Devontae Parker. I could count me. I would like to put Devontae Parker's drops up against his. I don't know. I haven't counted, but put them up last year, and I bet it's close.
But you don't want to put the yard in.
I understand.
Catches.
How many times has Jakeem
receptions?
Devontae Parker's at least got 1,000 yards in a season before.
Thank you. You don't want to do that. Don't go there.
And he also was a first-round pick.
And I want. Hey, I'm not in the camp of keeping Devontae Parker long term. I think we're going away from 50-50 ISO guys.
I would trade him right now and let Merrick come on the team and save myself $12 million.
I want to see how Preston does. I want to see.
That's what I'm saying. I want DVP on the first ship smoking and tell Preston, hey, you're making all that little cheap money right now. Here's your prove it year. If you can't stay healthy, your ass is gone too.
Mm-hmm. He needs to stay healthy. Preston needs to stay healthy.
I'm confused why you guys started like defending Jakeem Grant if you don't like Jakeem Grant. Like,
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying the man is a decent returner. Y'all talk like this man can't even play on the damn practice squad.
Every time he went to catch that punt last year, I don't know about y'all, but I was watching last year.
Hold your breath.
My heart stopped every single time.
Dude.
He must.
He wouldn't call a fair catch.
My heart stopped every returner we've ever had besides Jarvis Landry.
Dude, go watch my live streams last year. Every time they kicked to Jakeem Grant, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, me too, man.
Oh man,
he pissed me off a lot last year.
I was shocked he made second team All Pro. I think I said live, the standard must not be high right now. Did no one else show up?
I know.
I can't believe he made second team All Pro. There's no way.
Watch Waddle make first team All Pro if he returns kicks.
Crazy.
Look, I don't see Waddle back
there. I do not see Waddle doing back there for punt returns or for kick returns. I do not see him being there. That'd be crazy if they did.
If he comes in and, as much as we don't like it, if he comes in and freaking lights the house up on special teams, they're going to do it. As much as we don't like to. I'm on the same board as most of us. Just bring him in for a game changer or if it's a tie game. I'd rather have Bowden or Noah, people that ain't going to get a lot of reps if X stays. Then that way they can come in and show what they can do.
Like last year, he only had 129 yards on 6 returns last year as on kick returns. So they clearly didn't trust him that much. And on punt returns, he had his best year, 29 return, but he also had the most volume he's ever had. 29 returns for 330 yards and a touchdown. So he hasn't had a kick. He had his most opportunities as a kick returner in 2019, and he had one touchdown. That 101 yard. But I mean, I think they believe that they could get the same out of Jalen Waddle.
Possibly.
What I've been hearing is Noah is going to do it. If he does okay in training camp, Noah's going to be doing
Well, he was doing well in minicamp. They highlighted he was snatching balls on one hops out of the ground.
Yeah.
So and I mean, that guy's a super athlete. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think, like, you know, this isn't like Devin Hester we're dealing with here. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? Like, I get you would take the one touchdown, right? But, like, you know, what if Waddle's a guy who can offer you, you know, 1, 2, or 3 touchdowns on punt return in a year?
Well, you know, I'm not talking about just one touchdown reason. I'm talking about flipping field position. But I agree with you with Waddle, of course. You know what I mean? You got to put him out there on punt returns, especially when a team is backed up, kicking out of their end zone. I mean, you got to put him out there, see what the man can do.
Yeah. I agree on punt returns. Like, I wouldn't have him on kick returns. I'd have him on punt returns. Like, when you're talking about when we need to swing momentum and switch field position, like, he would be the guy that I'd have up there.
If Jakeem Grant was making $4.5 million, then I'd be fine with him staying on the team. Just for, like, punt return, kick return. If he was only making like $1.5 million, $1 million. But he's making $4.5 million. And what has he done on receiver? Like, drop balls?
Not much.
And his production's like, it's not very high.
Yeah, and it's a roster spot too on it with a deep.
Yeah, it's a 53-man roster spot. Right. There's only 53 guys dressing.
I only stick up with Jakeem Grant as much as I can. That's all I got in me for Jakeem.
I was rooting for the guy until last year. I was done. Like, last year I was done. Because, I mean, you know, he was like super small, super quick. He got drafted really late. Like, good for him, but like, I don't know. They overpaid.
It's not even that you don't want to root for him. It's that he drops every ball that he doesn't need to drop. Yeah, okay. Preston Williams gets injured. Yeah, okay. Devontae Parker drops passes. If the passes that he dropped last year were thrown to Jalen Waddle, those are touchdowns. The Cincinnati ball, that's a touchdown.
Man, that man has not played a down of football in the NFL. Come on, man.
So I have a question for you. If you're not a wide receiver, but you're getting paid like a wide receiver, then what the hell are you doing playing football? I'm not going to hand you ball up on 67 tweets. I'm not going to use you on 67. I may use you on 2 or 3 jet sweeps in 4 weeks. That guy is not worth $5 million. 3 jet sweeps and 29 punt returns. It's not worth $5 million.
He's supposed to not sign the contract. He's supposed to give it that.
If you're going to do that, then please sign me, and I will play punt return.
I like to see that.
I got no issue with Grant cashing his
I don't know what he
check.
said.
This is something the organization.
I mean, Grant got his money, cool, but like, he hasn't produced, so now it's time to.
Nothing that I said was I have an issue with him making money. Like, just not $5 million to return punts.
They bet on him.
If he wants to take $1 million or $800,000 to start handing out towels and water bottles, I'm good. But not $5 million to return punts. When you have 4 guys or 5, how many reasons? 5 or 6? 6 guys that can do the same thing.
Let me say this: when he gets cut, he will be picked up within 1 or 2 days.
I'm sure he will, but
why though? Why?
Because they're not going to pay him $4.5 million.
Because not every team has as deep as a wide receiving room as we do.
Exactly. And everybody has 13 receivers.
Exactly.
But he's basically 10th on the depth chart if you really want to go one by one. Look at the first 7 that Reason has named before.
I'm not
and
talking
go
about
down
wide
and he's like
receiver.
the 10th best receiver.
My first
As a
statement
receiver,
was
you
he
just
is not
admitted
a
he
wide
wasn't a
receiver.
Sholin.
I would rather put Matt at wide receiver. You understand? He is not a wide receiver. I understand that. I'm talking about kickoff and punt return. Simply.
But he
Let me-
takes
let
up
me-
one of your wide receiver roster spots. Man.
Let me ask you a question. If this was 20 years ago and the kickoff return actually was a kickoff return and they hadn't moved up the kickoff to alleviate concussions, I understand you giving me a kickoff excuse. There are no kickoff returns nowadays. You get more kickoffs in arena football. Okay. You get more kickoffs in arena football off the net back in the day than you do now. Okay, that's one. And two, as far as punt returns, okay, so you're going to pay a man $5 million for 29 punt returns. If you're going to do that, you say he's not a receiver, please sign me up and I will fair catch. I promise. I am not going to get smashed twice.
Well, make sure you wave your hand way up in the air. And for the second time, listen, I said punt returns, and he is not that bad. All I'm talking about is everybody says he can't catch the football. He drops the ball a lot, but I've seen a lot of drops. I think that's the reason we have so many wide receivers is because we have a lot of drops. Everybody on the roster drops the football.
And not even as a punt return, he's that good because he muffs a lot of punts. You know,
if you really want to be
good at tracking the
last
ball,
year,
bro.
If you're talking about last year, I'm sorry to cut you off. This is the last thing I'm going to say. If you're talking about last year, when we had 4 receivers in the Kansas City game and 3 of them were working at UPS the week before, then yes,
and we still almost beat them.
Yeah, dude, we almost came back in that game.
We had 4 guys that were from UPS, a running back that was working for FedEx, and we almost beat KC. That's my point.
Exactly. So what's your point?
My point is, even those guys are better than Jakeem Grant. That's my point.
That boy Lynn Bowden wasn't dropping no passes.
He didn't drop.
They didn't have any drops.
It's not the drops. It's when the drops came. It's not the drops. It's when the drops came. They came in key situations.
Yes.
When we needed to move offense, he did not come through.
We needed him to do we had to push down the field for us. Like that was his main thing.
No, if hold on, if Jakeem Grant wants to make $1 million, $1.5 million a year as just strictly a returner, I'll have that conversation.
I like that.
Yeah,
but I'm not having the conversation at $4.5 million right now.
No, that's way too much.
I never brought up his money.
Aaron Rodgers and where he's going to go, basically.
Oh man, I think he's going to go to the Broncos, or if not, he's going to retire.
Because you know that story that came out about that certain friend that cleans Aaron Rodgers' house. Apparently, that was made up, and the Packers club thing automatically renewed. So
that man's got too much heart to retire.
I think he's going to be a Packer. I think it's going to be just like.
But that whole thing with his contract,
Russell Wilson, the same thing. He's going to be like, I ain't got no problem with the Packers. I never said I had a problem.
I don't know, dude. Like from that tweet that came out about him, like
you know what
denying
they've already said, that he doesn't care about the money because he's made over $240 million as a quarterback, and also he doesn't care about the fines, and also his wife is an actress or whatever and making money, so he doesn't care.
I mean, he's made so much money.
Yeah, and he could go probably host Jeopardy and get paid and make all that money back.
Probably could, dude.
That's what he's gonna do.
That's what he's gonna do. That's what he's gonna do. Career path.
Commercials going too.
Yeah, dude.
So, because you guys saw that he turned down that 2-year extension that would have been the highest paid.
Yep, I saw that.
I was gonna say he turned down that huge extension that would have made him the highest paid QB in the league.
Yeah, it's over.
In the league.
It's over, bro.
I like how Packer fans just deny Adam Schefter now.
Dude, I was looking at Adam Schefter's comments. People were like, I'm unfollowing you now. I'm like, why? Because this guy's bringing something that you don't want to hear.
He's reporting
like,
news.
no, I'll tell you right now. I was at like 3,366 followers on Twitter today. I lost like 10 because of what I said about Jerome Baker's money.
Jerome.
Wow.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, these homers are ridiculous. I already told you. Yo, listen. When I started doing this, I set out to inform the fan base. I didn't realize I'd end up hating like 10% of the fan base.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? Like some of the fan base
everyone has
are
a
absolutely
voice now. That's the
delusional,
problem, man.
Dude,
Dude,
you know, some guy just tried to argue me that me saying Jalen Smith, you know, the linebacker from Dallas.
Yeah. He used to play with Notre Dame.
That they tried to say that me saying Jalen Smith was better than Baker was a bad take. And they said Jalen Smith isn't even a 2-down thumper anymore. And he told me I need to go back to that film room. So you know what I hit him with? Smith played over 1,000 snaps last year, had more tackles, had more run stops, allowed a lower NFL passer rating when targeted, had a lower missed tackle percentage, etc. Maybe you should try watching film for Chase because it just obliterated your 2-down thumper take. Thanks for playing. Like,
Reason be murdering people.
People are ridiculous, bro. Bro, and then I had some guy come out to me. Yo, dude, you're going to need to follow me on Twitter because it's hilarious. I had some guy.
Yeah. I recommend it.
Some guy said, I can't stand this Reason dude. The way he speaks is like nails on a chalkboard for me, and he's got butthole eyes. So I said, yeah, I know. I was like, what? So, look, bro, look at this
must be
guy.
those bags under your eyes of watching film.
Look at this guy. I'm gonna bring this guy up so you guys can see.
What man talks about buttholes, man?
I know, but check this out. Look at this guy.
That guy sounds like he finds.
You know what I said? His name's like Yawn, like JN.
Oh my.
Bro, I want y'all to see what I said. Okay, come back to my profile here, right down here. Go follow me on Twitter, people. I said, John, you look like someone polished a penis and put it in a racing suit jumpsuit.
I was just
You're the last person on here that should be discussing how someone looks, bro.
Yeah,
bro, that motherfucker looks like Mr. Clean, bro.
Man looks like Caillou.
The sweetest Mr. Clean, bro. Oh my god.
Hey, what's Matt Hasselbeck's brother's name?
Tim.
Tim Hasselbeck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He looks like him. He looks like Tim.
The Swedish version
You
of
look at
Tim
Tim in a suit.
Hasselbeck. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. These people are.
He's a poor man's Tim Hasselbeck.
Bro, these people need to think before they speak because they're about to get roasted. I didn't even go on the fact that he needs braces. So yo,
my favorite was that damn Cuban sandwich on Larry's show.
Oh, bro, dude, hey, yo, I want you to tell you something. That fool that I roasted, he started a Twitter account and started like adding me and stuff. And like I just ignored him and let him die out here. Then I told Larry what went down when Larry was here. Larry took away his wrench. I'm telling you, some of you, not all of you, some of you can't win. So why even like try going there with me, bro? Okay, let's be honest with ourselves. I've taken down guys with more followers on Twitter, more subscribers on YouTube. What do you think some jabroni with 47 followers on Twitter is going to do to me, okay? It's going to be a wrap. And it's going to be a wrap real quick. So, it's just like that idiot from 5 Reason, bro. Didn't want the smoke.
Bro, that guy, man. What the...
Bro, I don't know if you saw that. He's like, yo, only bitches. Because you know my boy Houts, Josh Houts. All of you know who Houts is. He works for 5 Reason, right? And this guy says to me, only bitches. Because you have an option where you can take Twitter and you can take away the ability for people to reply unless you at them. And he's like, only bitches make the replies private. I'm like, yo, Houts must be a bitch then because he made a tweet that you couldn't reply to 6 hours ago. And over.
Bro, I saw that show.
Done.
I was watching
Goodbye.
that show earlier today.
He didn't even respond to me, bro, because that Houts is part of 5 Reason. Like these people don't think before they speak, man. Bro, 5 Reason is terrible, bro. Their YouTube's awful.
Awful. Yep.
There's only one reason when it comes to Miami Dolphins, and you're looking at them, okay? I'll give you more than 5 reasons why I'm better than them too.
You ain't gotta do that.
I
Anyway,
don't let the stuff bother me.
it's unbelievable, bro.
It's called
yeah.
the jabroni slot machine, bro.
It's ridiculous, bro. So, do you guys think? I want to hear everyone's opinion on Noah Benogany.
Oh man,
give him a chance.
I definitely want to see him get some definitely play some reps this season.
I don't want to see him play if he plays like he did first 2 games of the season last year.
Oh man,
I don't even want to see him on the field.
But that was the first 2 games, man. That was no training camp, no nothing. It was his rookie year. I can't really I can't put him down unless I see him be more experienced.
Yeah,
on
but
the field.
he was bad.
Here's the thing, guys. For me, it's just even when he played at Auburn, right? It was a newer position for him. He's very ultra, athletic and talented. But I get tired of the people thinking that if we trade X, we're just going to plug Noah in. That doesn't make any sense, right? Because we don't know what he can do. And so we got a lot of DBs. They're nothing of the X caliber, but I'm just thinking I like Noah, his ability and stuff, but he has to kind of be, what's the term, in the fire. You know what I mean? We got to see what he can do, man. So we got to rotate the kid in and see if he can play, but we can't bank on the guy going to the boundary in opening day. That's my take.
That would be McCourty probably, right?
I agree 100%, bro. 100%.
Was our pass defense?
Coleman's more slot, right? But can he play?
Yeah,
boundary?
Coleman's more slot.
I know that's his gig. He's a really
They need him.
corner. Yeah,
I got it.
No. But who?
And,
who do you, okay,
McCourty,
if
right?
X isn't here.
Yeah, McCourty.
And who do you go to the boundary? I mean, you got Byron, and are you going to go
Should
right?
play safety then?
McCourty
Should
or
play
Needham?
safety?
What do you think, Reason? I mean, I know we got to have training camp. We got to see. I get it. But would it be Needham right now, just off of what we know? Right now, would it be Needham and Byron on the boundary? Until
What, if
Noah
X
proves
doesn't play?
himself? Yeah,
Or McCourty?
Yeah. If I'm talking if X doesn't play, yeah.
What was our pass rank defense in yards given up? Were we 23rd?
Reason. Did he
Or
ever find out who was,
23rd, I think.
So if
Yeah,
X,
23rd, 22nd.
so this thing, people say, I heard Ball Game say this, and he says X had 10 interceptions, but how many points did that give to the offense? And he was it's a really low number. I think it was 27 points.
Yeah, a lot of them were stops though.
But to me, those 10 picks, especially for 23rd in defensive yards allowed in the pass game, right? And he gets those 10 picks. That's at a minimum 30 points that he erased. That he made sure that they didn't score on us.
Yeah.
Maximum 70 points. That's a lot. And that's why I think he's the main reason why we were top 5 in scoring defense, right? Is X. And if he's not there, I think we're in trouble.
Yeah, I know some of his interceptions against KC, I know one for sure was more prevented Kansas City from scoring. You know what I mean? So, I know we didn't convert points off of it, but still, they're valuable turnovers.
Yeah, because it prevents the other team from scoring, right? And if we're giving up all those yards, he's the reason why our defense was considered one of the top, right? Because he stopped everybody from scoring on us.
We were able to do a lot of scheme.
10 picks is a lot of picks.
I think we had 32 interceptions or 32 turnovers. I'm not. Don't quote me, but that's close. That's a third.
I know, that's insane. And Noah ain't that.
I'm hopeful.
Even
Noah.
if he can cover, he is not going to pick off that ball. I watched him in Auburn because my cousin goes to Auburn and huge Auburn fan. So I love watching it because he likes it. Whatever, we watch it together. And yeah, he was good, but he ain't picking off the ball every game.
Yeah, and we know Byron Jones, that's not his game, man. He's good in coverage and pass breakups, but not INTs. It's not his thing.
Who said it? That Devontae Smith said that he was one of the best corners he ever went against in college.
No.
I think it was.
And I don't doubt his ability, and I don't doubt that he's going to be a heck of a ball player, but we just can't, it would be a pretty
here's the
aggressive
thing,
move.
The Alabama and LSU games were literally his best film, and they weren't that amazing. Go watch him against Florida. Go watch the Florida game.
Struggle.
Tooney light him up.
Van Jefferson
Okay.
destroyed him. He threw like 2 flags on him because he would beat Noah and Noah would have to hold. Like, go watch Van Jefferson. And can we all agree Van Jefferson didn't exactly blow the doors off the NFL last year with the Rams?
Correct. Mm-hmm. We can agree.
Go watch Noah in the Florida game. That'll show you that this could get ugly.
Well, I'm with you. I'm still confused about that pick.
Yeah, project.
To this day. People say, oh, it was a backup plan for X and all this bullshit. Give me a break. Brian Flores wanted a toy to play with, and he got his toy because we had all the picks in the world.
Yeah.
And we could have took so many players. Oh, my God. When they said that name, I almost fell in the ground. I about passed out.
I screamed at
every running back was on the board at that point, too.
Should have taken.
They passed on every running back for the past 2 years.
Should have taken. I kept banging the table. I kept banging the table for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Jonathan
we saw the season you have. And my safety one and EM safety one was Antoine Winfield Jr. Yeah. And we saw how he played.
It's funny. We got the quarterback at 5. We got the tackle. Whether hopefully he'll be good. Jackson. In the middle round.
He was my tackle 10.
Yeah, I know.
By the way.
And then I'm thinking like, oh my God, we grabbed one of the top running backs here. This is the amazing draft.
My number 10.
And then we grabbed a Noah, and I was just like, that was my first jaw drop.
I was confused about the Hunter pick. Thought we were going to get Quinn or Michael Carter.
No, Austin Jackson pissed me
off.
off.
Hunter Long?
Yeah, I'm talking to the prior draft when we
he's talking about
with Noah when we took Noah.
No,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, instead of a running back there, that's all. Yeah. But that seems to be our nemesis now is drafting a running back in the draft.
We can never draft a running back. It's our curse.
Well, no, they're trying.
Seventh round, man. Hopefully.
No, they're trying to draft running backs. They tried this year to jump back up in the first round.
Yeah, they tried to get Najee to get past the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Man, if the Bears didn't pick Justin Fields, he would have been a Viking.
Wait, weren't they going for Christian Darrisaw though? Wasn't the Vikings more going for like an O-line so they can like?
No, apparently, like it came like 2 days afterward. They were going to pick Justin Fields.
Mm.
Oh, you're talking about if he fell to them. Yeah, because then they traded back and they took Darrisaw.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they traded all the way back, and they still got him. That's crazy.
Yeah, and we tried to. I was told privately that we tried to move up and trade with the Vikings to get ahead of the Steelers to take Najee. They wanted the 36th, the 50th, and a day 2 pick next year.
Can I ask you a question, Reason?
That's too much.
In hindsight, Reason, looking at what they did at 36 and 50, I would have just taken the running back.
No way. Maybe
Javon Holland, yes. Eichenberg, I agree with you.
Yeah, outside of Javon Holland, I mean, if you're gonna pass on a tackle at number 6 to then go and move back up and give up draft capital because they seem to F this up every year. They make extra picks. That's what Reason, and I was saying on another platform, you've been shitting away literally all of your resources. Money-wise, pick-wise, we can go over and over. If you're going to pass on a tackle at 6, you're going to take a receiver, then you're going to go back up and move up in the draft to get another tackle. At least make sure we're not saying he's bad, but he's not Penei Sewell. He's not.
We don't know that.
There's no.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, he's not Penei Sewell, bro.
Oh my God! Not Penei. Yes, we do. I think we
do.
Dude.
I had an argument about Deion Jordan about how I had an argument about a player in the second round, and they said he's not Deion Jordan. And I don't want to mention the person or the platform, but the man I was talking about is an All-Pro, and I don't know what the fuck Deion Jordan's doing right now.
I hated Deion. I think he's in San Francisco right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on San Fran.
I hated that thing. Yeah, he's starting. I hated that. He got like a sack or 2 last year too. I hated that. I hated that pick from. I thought we were taking Lane Johnson. Bro.
Well, I thought we were going up to get a left tackle when we moved.
Just
Charles
like
Harris. Charles
What?
Harris, another one.
Oh,
Yeah, that
God.
was crazy.
Charles Harris. Jesus Christ.
Well, we can go on and on and on. I mean, I remember Jamal Fletcher instead of Breeze. It's like, oh my God.
Those are some dark days, man. Dark days.
Yeah.
They asked a question today about
John Avery.
What is that was the worst pick right there.
Eddie
In NFL history, you're gonna pass on Randy Moss to pick a running back who was working. No, I'm sorry.
We traded. We didn't pass on Randy Moss. We traded back, and then he would have been there. So
Eddie Moore over Drew Brees.
Yeah, Jimmy traded out too quick. Moss
we still basically passed on Randy Moss. He would have been there. The same shit.
Man, Jimmy Johnson is a genius in the draft.
I'm with you, man. I was brutal. We could have Randy Moss, and we would have stayed put.
We didn't pick a guy for
back
that.
and get John Avery.
You know what also was brutal? Jakeem Grant.
Yeah, we didn't use the first round draft pick on him.
Don't get us started back on the Jakeem Grant stuff, man. Don't get us started.
Yeah, please.
I'm done talking about Jakeem
This
Grant.
is the last thing I'm going to say about Jakeem Grant the 10th time. You know what I mean? It's like
He sucks. That's the last thing. No.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like those are some dark days, man. And I know we like to say a lot of us have our opinions on what this regime should have done. But those of you who've been around long enough like me, you guys know we're in a lot better spot. And I just can't get over.
Yeah.
I can't wait till training camp gets here because, guys, this roster is pretty deep, man. This is probably the deepest roster I've seen as a Dolphins fan. I'm 32, and this is one of the deepest rosters I've seen, since I've been a pretty hardcore fan. And I'm pretty excited about what they've built, man. I think they really did think – it's pretty obvious that I think they thought they were going after Deshaun. All that happened. Whether I'm a Tua guy, so personally I'm kind of excited that Tua still may get a shot so we don't have to waste the capital that we've already spent. But when they decided to make that move, they went and got Coleman, they went and got Butler. I think that we might kind of, I just keep feeling like it's almost some divine football intervention with the God shining down on us here because we're deep. And with the way Flores coaches, I think he's going to be able to plug in a lot of holes with all these pieces that we have.
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand. Like these Dolphin fans, it's like they don't understand success. We have done nothing but win 5 games. Then we doubled it up. Okay, we might have won too many. We probably weren't a 10-win team. No doubt in my mind, we were not a 10-win team last year. But we are this year.
I think so. I can agree with that.
I mean, I'm hopeful. I'm excited. This is, the best situation one of our teams has been in a long time, and I'm in my early 50, guys. So been through it, man. It's been a long road, but there's no question, man. This is exciting times, man. This is the most excited I've been about the ball club, in a decade.
Amen, man. I mean, it's on Tua. I mean, I love Tua, and I'm rooting for him, but obviously there's other pieces involved. I think that offensive line left him out to dry. He didn't have an offseason. He wasn't healthy. We know the story, but this year it's going to be it's on his shoulders. I mean, how much we get out of Tua is going to probably realistically direct how much we get out of the Dolphins in 2021.
Well, this year
it's going to matter how much we get out of the offensive line.
He's healthy.
They don't block for Tua. Tua ain't going to do shit.
Listen, he's healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
Last year he was
wide
not
receiver.
healthy.
You guys see Will
I promise
Ford?
you will not see Tua throw a ball and it hits a man at his feet. The ball is not going to dribble to the man's feet. You are going to see the real Tua.
I'm not disputing that. Well, but at the end of the day, what you guys don't realize is unless the defense is going to play cover 2 the entire game for 17 games, and we're going to have one running back against 1 linebacker, and there's 5 defenders against 7 offensive players, if they don't block, there's going to be a problem.
Okay, they're not going to do that with Jalen Waddle and Will Fuller sitting out there on that football field. If they do that, we're going to eat.
I'm going to dispute that too, because if you look at the advanced stats with Tua against the blitz, even in his rookie season with the injuries and without that training camp, and now we know he didn't have checks at the line, he also still was pretty deadly against the blitz. If people bring pressure, which they can do against us, and now you have Will Fuller, you have Waddle, you have Devontae Parker now being your second or third option potentially. This team has weapons. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, people forget about him.
Yeah, I don't think.
Actually,
I think that the offensive line will get a little bit better because of the fact that you can't roll those people. The coverage is going to be a little bit different because if not, you're playing with fire. I mean, you could get
You
two.
can't teach
That's
speed.
that's exactly what I told you. They're not going to be blitzing. They're playing cover 2. That's exactly what I'm saying. He's not going to be blitzing.
Gasecki's going to eat.
He better. Okay, that's like I said. If they're going to
in line, if he can eat in line.
Yeah, if he can block the invisible man,
he might have to do his hair first.
Well, they got better options in the slot now.
Because he's not going to have the same amount of snap usage in the slot and on the boundary that he had last year.
Not with Wilson, Waddle, and the.
And you know who else is going to eat more? Gaskins, if he stays healthy.
Well, we
out
hope
the backfield.
That's the key. That's a key too. We got to go run the ball, man. To your point, I misheard you.
Gaskins should be healthy just based on the fact that you only have to make one guy miss if they're going to play cover 2.
Right. Correct.
They might not, but if they're going to play cover 2 and you're going to do an RPO, you got 4 defenders and a linebacker, four down linemen and a linebacker against 5 offensive linemen, a quarterback, and a running back. You got to make one linebacker miss. Hopefully he can do that. He shouldn't be taking the same amount of hits. But that's all on what they're going to do.
Yeah, my disappointment this offseason, guys, was the way they addressed the O-line. I don't know what it is about this franchise, but they just, they'll always throw resources at it because they draft guys. Doesn't mean that they work out. They'll go back to Dallas Thomas. Dude, this guy's the worst offensive lineman I've ever seen in my life. Led the league in picking the quarterback off the ground. But, I just, dude, why did we bring in a vet, man, to this O-line, a proven vet? So I'm a little worried about the O-line. I just am.
I am too, man.
And it's just like, it's been a position over the last, decade. Reason talks about the 2016 line that kind of fell together. We ended up getting Tunzel.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of Tunzel fell to us. We played him at guard because we had Albert back then, but I don't know why, man. It's just like you got this young rookie, second year quarterback, but kind of his rookie year, and we're not building up this O line a little better, man. It's a make or break on the O line for me. And I'm still a little pissed about the way they handled
the center position. The center position.
Dude, the center position is so up in the air at this
that's
point.
the one. That's the one.
He's a rookie. I'm sure he's going to, but that's your right tackle. He's got to start, right? And then the center position. Those are the 2 spots, man. And then you're dependent on 3 rookies going into their sophomore year, and you're banking on all of them improving because the O-line was pretty rough last year. I think it was worse than people realize, man. You know what I mean?
110%.
It was bad.
Yeah, we're just used to really bad, but it was
exactly,
bad,
dude. That's a perfect point because it wasn't as bad as some of the pass lines, but it's still pretty bad.
Exactly. Well, it wasn't Mark.
2019, I think, was the worst.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
Whatever line had Mark Colombo on, I remember that guy was a turnstile. Man.
Oh, that was that line.
Dude, I just remember Dallas Thomas with the dreads always picking up Tannehill. You know what I mean? It's he's dude. I'm like, this guy leads the league in quarterback pickups. You know what I mean? Because it's his guy knocking Tannehill on his ass. Dude, I'll never forget that, man. That was the guy that I think Gase cut after a game. You know what I mean? Him and another guy finally had enough. Yeah, dude, he led the league in quarterback pickups.
I hope that's an actual stat this year.
There's Tannehill highlights picking up Tannehill.
No matter what you could say, real talk,
Tannehill was a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he was.
And I always have given him respect for, especially after the Mike Wallace situation. When he struggled at something, he worked his ass off to try and get better in it. Talk about it like deep ball, right? If you go look at his deep ball when he came in, his deep ball when he left.
Now,
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, I mean, I gotta give him
wide receivers. Do you see Will Fuller working out at Perform?
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Will Fuller's a Perform athlete now. I told you guys.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Wasn't also what is it? Scarlett? Brand Scarlett, running back. He's also
Jordan
Perform now.
Jordan Scarlett. Yeah.
Jordan Scarlett. I forgot.
They like
there's 2 Scarletts.
right?
Okay, so you know how I showed that article where ESPN projected us to have a 54% pass block win rate, 30th in the league, right? Last year, our pass block win rate was at 51%. Tied for 28th. Wow. And there was 3 teams tied 25, 26, 27, 28. So
all rookies though.
Yeah, that's still bad though, man.
Yeah, that's not
no
doubt. but some other teams probably had vets.
And
what I'm saying?
you know, pass block win rate basically measures instances of holding a block in pass protection for more than 2.5 seconds.
Well, what I noticed when they ran the ball, they weren't that bad at run blocking.
Well, that's because
they weren't holding their blocks long enough.
Well, that look like Solomon Kinley and Robert Hunt. That's their strength,
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like that was
Those
their
are
strength.
maulers. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they're big boys.
look at Jackson's ability in the run game when Kinley was slid over to left guard. He was a disaster in the run game when it was him and Eric Flowers, and then when they slid Kinley over there, Jackson, you noticed an improvement because of Kinley coming next to him.
Who's this Flowers fella?
We don't want to talk about him.
Yeah. I called that bad signing from the moment they fucking made it.
Oh man, I did not like his contract when he got signed.
Bro, terrible, bro.
I don't think anybody did.
Dude.
Whenever we gave some flowers to Washington, so
I can't believe they
Dude.
pulled that trade off still. I mean, we had to pay for that, but still.
He was
I don't think anybody
awful in New York, man. And then, and then he goes to Washington, has a decent season, and they overpay him. And you could tell it was a knee-jerk reaction to Joe Thuney getting franchise tag because he didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Yo, I want to show something though. I don't know if you guys saw it. I want to show you this. Let's listen to this interview with Ryan Fitzpatrick yesterday. This portion, I want to play this because he talks about Tua Tagovailoa. Let me know if you guys can hear it. You guys can hear it?
I could
Yeah.
come off
Here
of
goes. Yeah.
not just the bench, but I could come out of the stands in 5 years and come and play in an NFL football game and be ready. And so I didn't really throw it all after Tua went in. I stayed mentally sharp and ready and was still running, but I did not really throw a football during practice, especially during like a practice setting against the defense.
Hold on. You did not throw a football in practice, which feels on some level, Ryan, like wanting to prove something and also kind of like a protest. Like, I'm not even going to throw a football.
Well, it wasn't a protest. It was I was fully into helping Tua, and at the same time, I wanted this young guy who otherwise would get 0 reps throughout the year to have an opportunity, because I was in his shoes once and I sat there as a 3rd and 4th string guy and just watched and never had any opportunity to get better. So I saw it as a way to help Reed. I saw it as a way for me to give extra help to Tua. And I also saw it as a way to prove it to myself that I could come out of the stands 5 years from now and still play this game. So, I knew that's
the backstory. Wait, hold on. Keep going. But I did not know any of that, obviously, that your arm was.
So Fitz is basically going out there and telling everyone that he was, one of the key factors in trying to help to improve last year. And, he even mentioned Reed Sinnett and trying to help Reed Simmons. Shout out to Fitzpatrick because I'm not too far away from having the same beard. And,
Speaking of which.
So, I mean,
like Bo the Fifth Element.
What do you guys think about the fact that he's trying to give off the impression that he was all in on helping Tua Tagovailoa?
That's pretty cool. And also, can we talk about how Ryan Fitzpatrick's beard has gone bigger?
Get stronger. You're just gonna have a wizard beard at this point. Maybe
he looks like a
just wizard beard.
Gandalf beard.
Gandalf beard, exactly. That'd be great.
To answer your question, reason, I think he really sees it in the kid. Or he sat back and just said, "I didn't throw the football just so he could get more reps." And he spoke on it, obviously, but I mean, he's the kind of guy that ain't just gonna go out there and say, "Oh, this man's got it. He's got the heart, the leadership ability." If he doesn't have it, you understand what I'm saying?
I think he just sees it from a perspective that he was once in his shoes when he was a rookie. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Being the type of guy that Fitzpatrick is, being a selfless, kind of like team first guy, that he's just built that way. So I think that was part of his mental process and helping Tua. You know what I'm saying?
And he was always there.
Never. Don't get it mistaken. He was never in Tua's shoes. Like he was no first round pick coming in supposed to be.
No, but what I'm
this,
saying
that,
as a rookie quarterback, in the league,
no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked how
You know,
I honestly liked how Ryan was always there for like, especially in that Broncos game, like that conversation that we saw with Tua, how he was like always just like saying like, stuff wasn't going well this game, and you can kind of see it, and he was always there to tutor Tua about like what was going wrong, and like he was always there for him. Like he always wanted to make sure that he
right.
I mean,
he kind of knew it. He kind of knew it anyways. He kind of knew Miami was going to draft a young quarterback, so he was ready to fulfill that role if needed. So,
it's cool that he was nice to Tua and helped him and stuff. But
right.
honestly, it's good that he's not on the team anymore. Just
Ryan's a
because
professional,
of what
man.
happened last year.
Like
of him
he's a professional.
getting
Dude, I read Reason. Correct me if or anyone else maybe on the panel if you guys did, but I think he was more so talking about being in Reed's shoes. I mean, the question was geared about Tua because that's what everyone wants to listen to. But I mean, to one of your guys' points, he's never been in Tua's shoes. Realistically, it was more about that. If he's taking the backup snaps, then Reed's not getting a chance during practice to get those reps and to get better. That's how I took it. I could be wrong, but that's right.
I think so. I think you got a point there. Yeah.
The only thing I don't like what Fitzpatrick said is when he said the organization blindsided him when they brought Tua in. Am I correct? Did he say that?
I think
no, it's when they
wasn't
started.
he blindsided by getting benched? But I mean, now that we've heard from Reed,
But he's a grown man.
He knew it was coming.
He didn't deserve to get benched.
No man.
Well, he knew that. Tua knew that.
He was playing well too.
I think
he was playing well. He was
I don't
playing
think it was
super
the game
well.
plan. I think that's another clue that it came from upstairs. That move to bench him. I think that's another one of those clues you can read into.
I can see it, dude. Steven Ross being okay for a 2-win.
Like,
let's
be honest. He should have started that entire year last year. And Tua should have never been on the field. And then Fitz could be on our team right now. And Tua can just sit one more year. And then next year,
People are tearing the town down here for him sitting as long as he did. You think they would let him sit 2 years?
They should have. I don't think they. No, they never would.
No,
but I
not
just think they
behind
should. They should have. It would have been super smart, right? Especially if he wasn't 100% healthy.
I mean, I think it would depend on who was healthy.
It was.
You can't take back that experience, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
That's what I was
Which
gonna
is
say.
why
Yeah.
it's good
Exactly.
that Fitz isn't here now because.
And I guarantee you, not to cut you off, but I guarantee you the feeling that he got in the Arizona game, he's like in his heart, I can't wait to get back 100% to show all these in the world what I can do. Because it looked like the Arizona game was the only game he even looked like him a part of himself.
Nah, he looked good in the Kansas City and the Patriots game at the end of the year, but
yeah, he showed signs in the Kansas
He
City
looked
game.
good in most games, man.
But that was like a boxing match. Them versus Arizona.
I mean, that was the most
back
exciting
and
one,
forth,
hands
dude.
down, yeah. But
Number 1 versus number 1.
And I kept waiting. I'm like, when's Tua gonna? When's he gonna mess up? When's the offensive line gonna mess up? But no. I guess
yeah, it never happened. Actually, Arizona messed up. They pulled a Dolphins, so that's funny.
The decision to play
Just that kick.
The decision to play to, I think, was the wrong decision at the time, but it ended up working out. Like this year, we're better off for it. We're better off for it now.
Not if they want to get rid of him for Watson, which I think is BS. But that's a possibility.
So,
like that's my point. Is they
Playing
played
him, I don't
this
think
guy
hurt him for Watson.
And if they just sat him and let Fitz ride out the year, we probably would have made the playoffs. 2, would we be talking about? Oh, is Tua good? Is Tua not good? And now we got Watson.
I don't know about that because I think Tua's play style complemented that defense. Tua didn't turn the ball over. You got to remember, Fitz is a gunslinger.
I thought, me personally, I liked what I saw, but obviously somebody has an issue in the coaching staff. Right?
Didn't he start out 1-3?
I think it's about.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Then he was on a
Yes,
2-game
1-3.
He was on a 2-game winning streak when we benched him.
Right. He won.
Well, you know how he is. He gets hot. He'll win 3 games. He'll lose 3 games. He'll win 3 games.
Well, I mean,
he's done it for 16 years.
We lit up that San Francisco defense, but look at how in shambles they were.
Dude, got Richard Sherman on that team.
Speaking of Fitzpatrick.
But who you talking about? San Francisco's defense was in shambles? The offense was back. They had everybody on offense.
They had no Joey Bosa. They had no Richard Sherman. Fitzpatrick was picking on a corner that hadn't started or played live snaps off a practice squad, and I believe it was over 2 years.
I did have Deion Jordan
like nothing around and trying to throw the ball.
Yeah,
that was common.
Oh, the cornerback, their secondary was kind of roughed up.
And
we took advantage of their offense.
Their front four was off too.
And there's no way you can have Fitzpatrick on the team this year. There people say, "Oh, we should have resigned him as a backup." Then you'd have even more talking.
Yeah, you had to move on.
Was he going to step in?
And who's to say he wanted to come back?
I'm sure he didn't.
He wanted to play, obviously, because
he wanted to play.
Yeah, they had to cut the proverbial and biblical cord. They had to cut that.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to come back.
I think he wanted to start. Like he wanted to play.
And even with the defense in Washington, I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
The biblical cord had to be cut.
No, man. I was just saying that, like, at this point, like Fitzpatrick said multiple times that he said that he wants to play. He doesn't want to sit on the bench the whole time. He's a competitor. He says he loves playing football. He loves playing the position. I think he went to Washington because he knew that he could, see what he could do again and play for. I mean, I like a Washington team. I actually like their team a lot, and I think they have a rather good pieces on there.
But they'll be 8-8 because he'll have
a chance to make the playoffs.
3-4 interception. Well, of course, with that division, but they'll have 3-4 interception games.
It's true.
It's possible. But in that division, 8-8 can win.
Possible. It's gonna happen. He will have 3-4 interception games. I promise you.
Well, fortunately for Fitz, he can still win the division at 8-8 because they won the division that record last time.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about his interceptions.
Yeah.
But still, man, like they got so many good pieces.
You have to win 6 games in your division.
They got
want to go to the playoffs.
Make the playoffs.
Speaking of Fitzpatrick, who you guys think has the best roster in the NFC East?
Oh, NFC East. Oh,
man. NFC East.
Them.
Philly, the Giants.
That's
probably
the best roster.
Washington has one of the best defenses in the NFL.
Yeah,
they have one of the better rosters.
And then you got Terry McLaurin F1, who's
Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, Gibson was huge last year. They signed Curtis Samuel. They have the tight end Logan Thomas, who's coming up.
Logan Thomas is doing really good.
So they have like one of the better. Like, if you want my opinion, if I was Washington, I would sell the farm for Deshaun Watson if he becomes available.
Oh shoot! That's a good point.
That'd be nuts.
They're the only team really that matched up well against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers had a trouble with them.
They gave him a real problem.
But that was round 1, though.
Yeah.
That was like the first round of the playoffs.
Talking about moving some odds in Vegas to win the Super Bowl.
Doesn't matter.
It wasn't. They had a better.
They only won 7 games that year, bro.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's true.
I want to see what Taylor Heineke does.
And plus, Heineke wouldn't have crapped the bed in the fourth quarter. They could have had a chance to win that game.
Dude, Crypto, if they had a quarterback, they would have won that game.
Yeah. It was literally one quarterback away.
I get
from
everyone
winning that
like
game.
loving Heineke last year, but if you had a legit quarterback in that game, you winning that, they would have won that game.
That would have been crazy, dude.
Yeah,
they won that game. Knock out the Bucs first round.
That's
what Seattle did.
7 is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They have a knack for forcing turnovers.
And they drafted my boy.
Right time.
They drafted my boy Jamin Davis out of Kentucky this year too.
Oh, they got depth at the position.
They got so many good players on there.
Yeah. All right, we're about to hit 2.5 hours, boys. Let's go through some final thoughts. Let's start with you, Comet.
Honest, I'm looking forward to the season and Grant being cut.
There you go. Don't get Vince for life all worked up, bro. Healer,
man.
Let's get your final thoughts.
All right, man. Well, just to say off, thank you, man. Thank you, Reason, for having us on here.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
And I'm really excited for this season. I hope that, Tua balls out this season. He's probably my most player I'm excited to watch, but I'm excited to see what happens this season, man. I hope we make the playoffs.
Irving, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, hopefully we can win the battle of the trenches this season. Offensive line is very key to Tua's success, hopefully. And, all our eyes are watching on Skur and on the second-year guys on this offensive line, because these guys got to take a simultaneous jump in year 2. Hopefully they can, especially with, hopefully they can make that jump. And then with Eichenberg, hopefully he can limit the rookie mistakes and, really grasp the nuances of being, playing right tackle at the NFL level. So, and, with a good offensive line, you got the running game. And of course, the running game powers the RP on the play action. So that's what's really key to Tua's success this season. Hopefully X shows up, man. Hopefully this X stuff gets resolved. Hopefully. It's not looking good. So fins up, man. That's all I got to say.
Big John, your final thoughts.
Not much, man. The time for talk is over. The time for assumption is over. Let's get down. Let's get dirty and see what happens. That's all you can do. You can sit there all day and talk and make excuses, but that's it.
The Fins for Life, your final thoughts.
Appreciate it. Reason, the panel, everything. Good show. I'm really excited about this year. I always get excited every year, and this is the first time it's legit, and I always say that, but I get let down. Offensive line, I hope they come together. The center, I pray on that one. I think you guys are going to be surprised. Jalen Phillips, Raekwon Davis, and both Jalen's, Raekwon Davis, and our linebackers, I think we upgraded them a lot more. We don't have much depth. And comeback X and fins up.
Dr. Draft, your final thoughts.
Appreciate you, Reason. Yeah, thank you guys. It's awesome always to jump on the best platform we got here on YouTube for Dolphins Talk. Man, I'm excited. I'm right there with you. I'm ready to see training camp. I got my tickets. I'm excited to get out there. I can't shake the feeling that I'm upset because I feel like a lot of these pieces are in place, but I hate the drama that we have in multiple areas. When we got the Tua and Deshaun talk still going, we got the X talk. I think about our defense, and really the more I think about it, how we play with so much reliance on the outside corners and the zero blitz and everything that having X on the field means. I hope he shows up because I really think it's going to be pretty important. And other than that, man, I'm not the biggest stan in the world, but I do like Jakeem. I like his heart, and I think we dog on that guy too much. But at the same sense,
for life, you got a friend.
At the same time, unfortunately, the writing's on the wall. We got too much talent. That boy's gone. But you guys have a great night. Fins up, baby.
Hey, Dr. Draft, before you leave, can you sing the Fin for Life, the Toy Story song? You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
We're the only two, baby. We're the only two.
Hey, we'll make the remix. We want to come up.
There you go. Crypto, your final thoughts, dude.
Hey, good show, Reason. Hey, Reason, I got a bone to pick with you. What's up with you not showing me my boy Robert Foster no love? What's going on? I'm gonna have to put you in the penalty box for Candyman. You and EM. You gotta sit in the corner. I'm gonna have to put you in the corner. But it's all good. Hey, I told EM he can't get no briskets. I restrict you from Candyman. Hey, but y'all know how much I love Robert Foster. But
I
hey,
think it's gonna be Matt Collins for the 7th spot. If that makes you feel better.
oh yes, I think it's gonna be between them two. But yeah, but the what we got the 18th. We got the no. They start on the 8th, right? The official preseason, right? So we should be within 2.5 weeks now.
Are you talking about like game 1?
Yeah, the Cincinnati game, the scrimmage.
Let me bring it up. Oh, the first game we play is Chicago, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cincinnati's
So
the
Chicago's
last
the first scrimmage in Cincinnati.
that's like the
okay.
13th.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Chicago,
sure.
the preseason game with Chicago. I talked about it. It's actually on here, I'll bring it up right now. It's on NFL Network at 1 p.m. So
Okay.
I'll be going live for all the televised games. Here, I'm going to give you an exact date too.
It's weird because I'm going to Chicago and on the 15th of August. What day is it on?
It is on the 14th, Saturday,
Oh
August
my God.
14th.
Yeah, damn, missed it by one day. Yeah, man, I missed it by one day. Yeah, I'm going there to visit the fam for a week. I'm gonna be out there for the whole week that week. But yeah, that's cool. So we getting real close as far as our countdown,
Yeah.
to the kick of everything and everything counting,
Think of it,
what,
we're only 6 days away from training camp.
6 days from training camp. Yeah.
And next month, when next month hints, I'll be announcing. Last year I did it. This year I'll do it again. I'll have a free league and a $25 entry league for fantasy for the channel. So 12 spots in each.
Okay. Oh, cool. That's
in.
perfect. Yeah, I'm in. Yeah, I'm in on that one.
All
That'll work. Are you doing a point system by how the how they did it on Pro Football Fantasy?
I
the
use
point
Yahoo
system?
and basically win-loss record.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And you're gonna have to draft defensive players who play big boy over there.
Individually?
Love it. IDP.
Wait a minute.
IDP, baby. Two defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 2 corners. Big boy over there.
Love it.
Okay. Okay, that'll work.
Yeah. So all you homers that are gonna be drafting all these Dolphin guys, good luck to you.
Good luck. Yeah, I know. Man.
I'll be drafting Jakeem Grant.
Oh, I already know.
Oh, man.
I can already see someone drafting Javon Holland. I can already
Make
see
sure, and when you draft Jakeem Grant, I get the defender on the other side.
There you go. So yeah, I'll set it up. I'll be announcing it in August. I'll put my email up and stuff like that. So.
Oh, okay.
And the $25 league, everyone's gonna have to prepay. So
like Venmo or Cash App.
PayPal, because Venmo and Cash App is American only.
Cool.
Oh, okay. So PayPal, yeah, you can cross state lines.
Can I pay after I win?
What? Sorry, can I say again?
Can I pay after I win?
Negative.
Get out of here.
Because you got people that try and
I'm just playing.
No, I had a league last year where people I was hunting them down to pay because I went with the honor system, and apparently people can't be adults. So So yeah, so just to cover all across my T's, dot my I's. But all right, so tomorrow night I will be over on Miami Sports Music. It's a panel with me, TD. I think Dougley's going to be there and a few other guys. And then Friday I'll be back with you guys because tomorrow night I got to record the Finish line. Then after I'm done recording, I got to jump on over there.
That's an afternoon show?
Man.
No, it's at 9 p.m.
Oh, the Fins Talk.
What do you mean? It's on Miami's. Yeah, it's like Dolphin Chat Roundtable or something like that. So.
Oh, that's a PM show. Okay, all right.
Yeah, 9 p.m. So it's like this roundtable thing that I said I'd do. So I'll be there tomorrow night, and then I'll be back here on Friday night with all of y'all. If something breaks tomorrow, then I'll come on for sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I will see all of you Friday night. Hope everyone stays happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Fins up, everyone.
Fins up, man.
Fins up,
man.
All right.